All right. So, last episode, there was much exploring of the town. So, you guys discovered that the town has the statue, which is important. I'll go ahead and reread that description for Third, since he wasn't here. Lore, you went to the shrine.
Mm-hmm. And I discovered that what I believed there was some political factioning going on in this town.
Oh, yes.
Between the do something and the continue to appease crowd, I believe.
Essentially, yep. Let me find that description. So Third, this is mostly for you, also for the stream. In the middle of town, basically right about here, a skillful artisan has carved a pillar of rockwood into a memorial depicting a woman clasping a dying spearman to her breast. The inscription below is slightly worn, but a literate eye can read the following words: "Sacred to the memory of the dead of 2810. God grant that we may never have another such lesson."
Yes, that was the big reveal, Third. We are like 600 years in the future.
Much further than I thought.
Because shortly after that, if you remember, I went and I was like, how long ago was that? Like in a roundabout way. And they were like, oh, it was like 80 years ago or whatever. And it's just like, oh, okay. Or no, it was longer than that.
Longer than that, yeah. So you guys were launching off the planet in 2665. The memorial is 2810, and it is now around the year 3000.
That's right. Yeah, it was
or
forever
3200 or something. So,
yeah. So the point being, we're way, 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 way in the future, and I need to go check my bank account balance right now.
All that interest accruing.
Mm-hmm. They keep telling me it adds up. They're lying because I know math, but
well, there's that, and then you have to pay for the back taxes for all those years too.
Yeah, exactly.
You're really poor again.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I made them a lot of money.
Exactly.
What else? Oh yeah, I also found two of the cat people that you didn't. I didn't tell you about that. In fact, I don't tell you about that. You didn't hear that, Third.
Oh, well, I know about one.
Yes. Perfect. You found out something too, Cadiz, and I'm trying to remember what that was because you went like another way.
So there's basically a mill. There's also the town hall where the seat of government is, in the somewhat large building to the east and slightly up from where the X is on that main road to the right.
Yeah.
But it was I saw that because I didn't end up going to the temple to the far right across the river, which you did.
Yeah, that was me. That's where I found out.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a mill.
We had like a plan of action. That's what's.
Oh, there was a platform where town crier executions performance. I mean, well, basically it's a multi-use level of things,
blood and confetti.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, it's a hall. Where else are you gonna rent out? It's one place that has that.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm with it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Because it was described when I asked, like, what is this for? X, Y, Z. Guido said yes. Okay. Like, all right, that's fair.
Yep. Do I see bloodstain there? No. But I swear we had a specific plan going forward, and for the life of me, I can't remember it.
I mean, I hope so.
Well, I thought it was to inquire about the situation or the agreement that they have with the local warlord at the town hall, because the temple doesn't agree with it.
That's right. Yeah.
And we're going to see which side we were going to play after we get some more information on that.
Yeah. So I walk up to someone and I stare at them until they tell me their life story.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
That's awesome.
Really.
I used to be an adventurer too until I took an arrow to the knee.
No. Do you still have that arrow? I want to put it in my eye.
Yes, really quick. It won't take long. So
Sounds like we're going to go to the temple then, and then
no,
find a little more what's going on.
We've already done the temple. We already did that.
Oh, I thought we were going to.
There's no need to go back to the temple. There's nothing there of interest to you. Hang on, let me roll deception really quick.
It doesn't exist.
At a -5.
That'll be a talk roll.
It'll be a what roll? Sorry?
Talk.
Okay.
Talk.
There we go. 14.
Wow.
Nice
Don't worry. We've already checked out the temple. There wasn't anything really interesting there. Just some.
But you know what? I just know things.
Yeah.
Oh, I use my strength.
I know everything.
Okay,
Hulk.
All right.
Use muscles to
I know quantum physics. Okay. I mean, I guess it's probably just some silly little sacrificial area. Anyway. What kind of religion do they have if they have a temple?
Well, they follow the religion very extensively.
Sorry to catch that. Sorry, come again?
The
one more time.
Dorada.
I said the words.
The player doesn't remember. It was like Zoroastrian or something. I don't freaking know.
So it is the American Sangha Temple of Broke Tree.
That was it.
It's
was
basically
different from the other
Buddhist. It's basically Buddhist. So
yeah, there's the Protestants, and then there was the Buddhists.
Yeah.
And fun fact, we're in a town called Broke Tree.
Yep.
Spicy. Okay.
Also,
right.
Okay, so we head to the Mayor's Hall.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You're heading where?
The Mayor's Hall.
Okay.
I know that's so it's called. The location.
It's just a room. It's just a single hall.
It's literally just a hall, and the mayor just walks up and down it all day. That's his job.
It's like The Matrix Reloaded, where he's just sitting in the room waiting to answer questions.
Concordantly, vis-a-vis.
God, no.
Hang on, let me find the whole speech. Give me a second.
You come to Broken Tree.
All right.
So, visit our town vis-a-vis to the north, concordantly to the west.
Just want to tell him one of his monitors is burned out to make him look.
Huh?
They're all just pictures that people pasted on them. They don't actually work.
Wow. God damn, this is just this is a word salad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, sorry.
Taste bitter.
We go to the hall. The architect is there.
Town hall. Right.
Town hall.
So
wherever the mayor is.
Directly across the river to the west, you'll see a big square building with a sign out front that identifies it as such. This two-story building of rockwood and stone block foundations overlooks the meeting square. The windows gleam with old Terran armor glass, and the door stands open during daylight hours. Some enterprising woodmason has, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Some enterprising woodmason has carved Broke Tree Town Hall above the doorway.
I grab the sign, pull it out of its thing, and I use it as a weapon.
Roll strength.
I say, well, this looks homely.
Then roll strength to actually carry it.
I got this guy. Actually, I just want to see if I can. I'm just curious.
Because this is the petrified wood.
Where the hell's strength?
Exert. Under the new system, it is exert.
There it is. This will be strength.
Pull a hammy.
Wow.
Bam! So I picked that suck. No, I don't actually do that because I'm stupid. I'm wasting my good rolls too. We just got to get them all out. Get ready for later.
Yep.
Okay, so on the way there, we kind of were talking about, obviously we want to get some more information to figure out which side we want to support. Without knowing much more right now, what are you guys thinking as far as which side of this debate to take?
I think getting the information is probably a good idea, if nothing else, because we can try and assess how much of a scam this is or how much of this is a military oppression. Because we're only 3 guys who are apparently well out of their time. We have no concept of what is actually going on here.
It depends on your GM, Valaquenta.
Save state.
I actually, I'm sorry if I can interrupt really quick. I once ran a campaign where I was in favor of that, but I wanted to make it kind of a game mechanic. So I gave them like basically little scripts of paper. And it's like, here, you get 3 of these, like per encounter or whatever, like per section of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Those are your saves. Each time you load one, you give me one back. That's it.
Okay.
And they were like, okay, cool.
I really only allow it when it's comedic and.
But yeah. I wrote it into the lore. They were actually doing
ludicrous.
like a time rewarp spell thing. But anyways, so okay, Dr. Wilhelm, what do you think?
Well, I'm not really sure we need to necessarily jump to take a side immediately, but
Well, I'm just saying that if we jump to take a side, we could conquer them all. Doesn't that sound fun? Taking over this town, and you can have all of the cat people to experiment on that you want.
I look at the wood masons' work and I'm like, I don't know. I don't need a town full of wood masons.
But the cat person, right? What if there were other cat people in town?
Well, it'd be very likely that we'd find some. What is one? There's got to be others. I mean, they'll just spontaneously pop out.
Could be a traveler, you know?
No, I mean, she actually lives here. I'm pretty sure we established that.
No. I mean, she could just she could be leaving the next day unless you conquer the town.
Well, no, she's leaving the next day because we're going out on a hunting.
Other than that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's a given, right?
Right.
She's going to help us conquer the town. We're going to recruit her.
Okay.
That's how it's going to work.
Yeah, as an AAV as he normally is, he's giving you a look like he knows he's trying to be played.
What? No, I'm just saying that we could make this a thing.
You know what? Nothing's going to happen until we at least go in and just listen, no matter what. So,
all right, well, I'll tell you what. I want you to be our front liner this time. So I basically shove Dr. Reddy to the front.
Look, front liner is in how?
And then just kind of keep pushing him very gently, but very insistently up the stairs and into the hall.
I say, good. Now what's your name?
And remember, Wilhelm. And then
Wilhelm, yes. Oh, we're still doing that? Okay.
There we go.
Knock, knock. Wait, is this a place to just walk in? Okay.
Yeah, the doors are open.
Okay. I walk in and look for the receptionist. That's what I'm expecting.
We got to sign in.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, so no, you don't sign in because if you sign in, it makes it seem like you're not important.
That's true.
You walk in like
you own the place.
Yep.
Yes.
So roll. What do we got here? Roll thingy.
I have administer.
There you go. Roll administer.
Oh
yeah. I also have stab.
I do too.
I'm still not
back.
quite sure which skill connects to.
I say that's a bold move.
Certain things.
I turn over to Hank and I'm like, "Do you still have a cattle prod from back on the farm?"
Well, they didn't let me take it on the ship.
What? God damn it! I was just gonna just keep going. Come on, Doctor.
No, I'm pretty sure they would have called that some sort of weapon.
It's not a weapon. It's a prod. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it kind of hurts.
I don't know what kind of cattle prods you've been using, but you do have to turn it on.
Well, okay, fair enough.
It's a stick otherwise.
Yes. Good idea. I leave the room. Like a minute later, I come back. I start poking Reddy in the back with a stick.
Okay, that's all right. We'll go with that.
Stop.
That's not what that's for.
Poke. Come on. Get us the interview. Poke.
I'm trying.
And said, no. I've got a second stick, which I give to you, so you can poke the receptionist. So we just got a poking chain going on.
Hello, we're wood masons. Poke.
Would you like to have much better woodworking in your town? Poke.
Yeah, I bet Hank could actually do that.
Provide dowsing rods.
Yeah, there you go.
Searching for water.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'm looking essentially for somebody who looks like they know what they're doing in here. Receptionist or filing clerk or anything, which I guess is kind of the same thing.
Sorry, making a note.
Okay. I'd hate to be, this is kind of off topic, but those guys who have to run legal documents back and forth because you've got to deliver them in person?
Yep. It's the worst job.
Yeah.
The fourth worst job.
Do they call them servers?
I forget what they call them.
Like, because they're serving papers.
I actually don't remember what they call it. There's a term for it.
I think they're just like couriers or something. Okay,
Oh.
hang on.
I would rather be that than the people who stand out in front of like insurance companies or tax places in a really heavy, hot costume all day, and that's their job. They just stand there.
Oh, and flipping a sign around.
Yep, flipping the sign around. Come on in. I see so many of those around here, and every time I see them, I just like Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
you know, I've actually like I've asked people about that. Like that seems like really bad, and most of them only work like a couple hours with multiple breaks and then leave.
But
They
then
just-
what do you get paid?
It's a lot of people who are doing it on the side, or they don't want to work in any other jobs or something. Apparently,
No,
like I know there's a couple of old, I say old guys, bunch of in their 60s who they're retired and they just do it because it's something to do.
Well, whatever, I guess.
Anyway,
Your
sorry, I
money.
didn't mean to distract with sign spinners and
This whole
stuff.
time we're just talking about these sign spinners in front of.
Well,
the
no, this is like we're waiting for the receptionist to come back with somebody. And this
No,
is
No,
just
no. Even
There you
a
better.
conversation.
We're having this conversation as we're walking right past.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
just going
We're
right
not
by the
even-
receptionist. Not
Sign-
even glancing at
sign
it.
spinners,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Right on through.
You know what those are?
Usually
Hold
they're
on.
dressed as the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
Yep.
Hold on. Can I roll administer to see if this would be a good business opportunity? Sign spinners in a 2800 post-apocalyptic town.
Where everyone knows everyone else.
Mhm.
Yeah. Except us.
Well, it could be like spin like we could say like no oppressive warlords in this place, and that'd be an attraction.
That's true. And then we'll get all the oppressive warlords to come over.
Vacancy open.
It's okay. That's part of the plan. Because then we'll sell our consulting services for getting rid of the warlords. And then when we get rid of them, we'll sell our services to the warlords for coming back. And we'll just get this loop going.
So it's a constant interviewing process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
No matter what, we will always have a job.
so
Yeah,
what's
there's
on
a
your
guy in there with a Roman helmet and a flaming chariot. He's like, "What's our division benefits?"
Well, let me get my PowerPoint here.
I like to combo execution and speech area.
So what is this?
So as you walk in,
Yeah.
you are greeted by a very old gray woman,
I stab her. Sorry.
again?
and she's dead. What do you
No,
do?
crap. I don't have anything to stab her with. I'm okay. I can't actually do that.
I mean, hide the body skill.
That's a good. Well, what? Actually, I'm sorry. I obviously don't really do that, but I am legitimately curious. Like, assume for a moment we did actually kill someone.
Okay.
What would hide the body skill be? Like, what would we roll for that? Like, I'm trying to think because obviously, physically moving the body, that's not the point. The
That's
role
exert.
is where do we hide this person, right? Like the role to figure. ZFG says perform.
That's not bad.
I mean,
That's. It's well because I was thinking like either that or survive, but survive is more your own, not being.
yeah. I'm
Um,
looking at the list here, and I'm like, oh,
Probably sneak
sneak. Oh, okay, I can see that sneak. It's like,
Or-
okay, we need to
or
Right.
work.
work. I don't even know what the heck work is.
It's the catch-all for everything
You heard it
else.
here
It's the
first.
catch-all. Yeah, okay.
what if I trade the body? I've got a +1 in trade.
That's true. That's true.
Well, no, because first you'd have to roll a connect to find someone to sell the body
Oh.
to.
Okay,
Wait.
Okay.
Have anyone seen Weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah.
I've got a
Long time
+2
ago.
talk skill.
We are not dragging a body around the town.
And a +1 perform. I got this,
Oh.
guys. No, okay.
Okay.
The woman greets us, and she is very old.
Work. This is a catch-all skill for professions not represented by other skills.
Like hiding dead bodies.
Like
Roll
yeah.
it. Roll it to work at a particular profession, art, or trade.
So that would be a improvised undertaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
This. I'm sorry. We need to get this body out of here. It's very
Yeah.
contaminated. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Meet
Okay,
emergency.
we got this.
Okay,
Yes.
Sorry for the
So
Yeah,
you are
I'll mute my
greeted.
mic.
You're greeted by a very old woman. She's standing behind a kind of a receptionist desk, and as you walk in, she pulls out a handkerchief and has a bit of a coughing fit.
Oh, can I tell? Like, is this allergies or is this like, hey, you've got bronchitis or?
You can roll a heal.
Ah, that is something I'm good at.
Determined she has pink
And
eye.
it's intelligence based.
Yes.
Okay, 12.
From how that cough sounds and how she looks, you're pretty sure that.
Tuberculosis.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
She has consumption.
Yep.
So I'll look at her and say, I don't know if you should be working with a sickness like that. You know, that's probably contagious.
Well, thank you for your concern, but we all have our own parts to play in this, or not parts to play.
It is my job within the great commune.
Yeah.
Just-
Wars to
Okay.
wage, wars to fight, battles to win.
Papers to push.
We
Corpses
all
staff.
have we all have to pull our own weight.
There we go. There we
Okay.
go. I'd like to have quietly maneuvered between, like, I want to be behind Hank so that if any coughing death comes this way, it hits him, not me. But I don't want him to notice. So I'm just kind of like very casually sidling over, very quietly.
Okay.
So what are you taking then? I asked, not realizing they probably are not taking medicine here. That's a common question that I would ask. You know.
If you have any books, we can add them to the archive. But other than that, how can I help you?
Oh, we are somewhat new in town. We're just trying to find a little more information about the area, and seeing your fine establishment here being the central. This is the central government place of this town, right?
Oh yes, this is
Yes.
the town hall and library.
No, we'd like to learn a little bit more. Maybe, you know, introduce ourselves to the mayor so he knows a little more about the new people in town and what we can offer.
How would that be worded? The mayor is currently overseeing court, but I'm sure she'll see you when she's done.
I'm going to pipe in really quick on this one and just kind of say, well, obviously that's open to the public, as if it's just an automatic thing, right?
If you'd like to observe, certainly you're welcome to.
I've never seen a mayor actually be involved in the judicial process before.
I haven't either.
That's unusual.
Good way to find out the tone of what we're.
Mhm.
Yes, that would be. Please direct us to the courthouse.
If you continue back through those double doors, it's on the other side.
All right, we will take a look then. Thank you. I pause for a name.
Oh, Indrani.
Indrani.
What gender is
Sounds
she?
Swedish.
Very
Sorry.
unique.
You can see that she has an Indian lineage, not Native American, actual like Indian.
Okay. Well then, you keep on taking whatever you're taking for that affliction, and hopefully see you again.
I've got some
I'm gonna
honey
go-
tea.
Okay, never mind.
That's it.
I mean, surely the good doctor might have a suggestion for something else she could take.
Do you have any water for the tea? Just checking.
They built their place on the stream.
Yeah, but have you seen what's in the water?
No,
that
it's
reminds
what I
me.
can't see that I'm worried about.
I'm sorry, I haven't.
Oh, no.
By the way, in character, if I hadn't made that clear,
Sit.
I have told both of you that the runoff from the ship is in this river, and it's
okay.
nothing issue.
I.e., the silver fish.
Yeah, I have informed. I just want to make that very clear. Drink the water around.
Okay.
Bad Kool-Aid.
Yeah. So say, is there anything that'd be a little bit better than honey tea? Perhaps we have something in our survival bags that could at least do something other than just soothe
Well, you've
soothe
got
the symptoms?
stems.
I was just gonna say we're gonna hit her with a stim pack.
We can. That
I mean, that gets the stabbing
Ooh.
out of the way, but it's not gonna kill her.
right. Ooh.
We probably have aspirin or the equivalent thereof, or whatever. What's future aspirin? Fraspirin?
See, the problem. Hold on. Let's get down the hall a little bit. So I foresee a very real problem here. I don't think these people are very well educated on disease of that sort, and an outbreak may be very likely. But it's possible that their immune system are already caught up. I just don't know.
You're saying we should put her down?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, hang on.
No, I'm just wondering if it would be beneficial to go ahead and
but okay.
stop it at the sort. Anyway, that's. It'll probably blow over. I'm just probably getting worked out about nothing. Let's go and see this
Okay.
this interesting judicial process where the mayor is personally involved.
There we go. I think I hit an actual nervous part there. We're good.
Stop bringing on a walls. This isn't a home renovation
So messy.
or house flipper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can I get a cloth? I've got blood everywhere now. Thanks. I probably just got consumption from all the blood that just spewed in my face.
That's why you use a laser pistol. It cauterizes.
God, why didn't you shoot her then?
Or get one of those
We're
like
having so
hockey
much fun with
masks.
the sign. I didn't want
kind of block the blood.
Yeah. You look motivated.
So we go to the judge place.
So I do want to ask a question though.
Yes.
So as Jay, you were asking the woman earlier if she had anything else to take. Did you actually wait for a response, or did you guys just have that conversation?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of assumed that she said no, but did she have?
She
something
would
else?
have had a response.
Oh, okay.
Her response would have been, Arnita says it will be fine. I just need to not overwork myself.
Ooh. I'm gonna jump in here. Legit.
Mhm.
I need to stop joking around because I got to clarify that. I'm gonna jump in and say, kind of casually. Actually, I'm gonna turn to Hank. This is how I'm gonna do this. I'm like, oh, sounds like that issue that was happening at. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of the other town that we ever learned about.
The one that you just learned about.
Whoops, I didn't mean to
The
click that.
raiding one.
Sorry. My notes.
The one that got
Cedar
raided.
Springs? Is that it?
Yes. So you are in Broke Tree. The other town that's
okay.
nearby is Digger Springs.
So I'm going to turn to Hank, and I'm just going to very casually kind of comment like, it sounds like she's suffering from that thing over at Digger Springs. It's a good thing they had enough medicine to take care of her for that one. That would have been a pretty close one, wasn't it?
Yes, quite.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
This is what I got to work with. And I just want that comment to be there to be in her mind.
I have a performance of -1, so you're lucky to get that out of me.
No, I'll actually say in response to that that's sound advice, but if you want to get something a little more effective up and running, maybe you can get someone. Who is the person who gives your medical advice here around here?
Arnita, she's the town healer.
Town healer. Let's see. I'll talk with Arnita. If you could perhaps, on our way out, maybe you could tell us where she is. But for now, let's watch some MacLeod.
She's just across the river to the south.
I see. Thank you. Sure, there's a big hole with a snake wrapping around it, and that's where we'll find her.
It's really a snake, though.
You still have those, right?
It's a fine snake.
Well, I guess snakes on signage would probably be a bit taboo around here. Never mind.
I go to the courtroom.
We're off to see the wizard.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go through the doors into a room that it's definitely not as extravagant and fancy, sure, as the courtrooms that you remember from
I've
your
never been in a
days.
courtroom.
Okay. It's not as fancy as the courtrooms that you saw on Matlock.
There we
There
go. Because I used to religiously watch Matlock back in
The
the
hollow vids.
Yep.
Um,
No, I was one of those vinyl, like, elitist,
Aw.
not elitist, but, you know, purists, you know? So I insisted on watching
Hipster.
VHS apes. God, I can't talk tonight.
Hipster.
laser discs.
Yep. Had the laser disc.
Betamax.
There you go.
Yeah.
Basically, there are some pews similar to what you would see in a church. There's about 4 per side, an aisle down the middle, a raised table back at the end. There's a couple of people scattered in the courtroom, and 2 people facing the standing at the front of the pews, facing a young-ish woman who is sitting behind the desk. You also see what looks like an older man sleeping on one of the pews.
Okay, real quick. Is he, like, sleeping sitting, or is he laying down on this thing like a bench?
He is slouched. He's got one leg up on the bench, and he's leaning back into the corner.
Okay. This is not what I was expecting, guys.
Is anybody armed?
Give me a
Something equivalent to a bailiff.
notice check.
I will do notice too, because I am very eyeballing here. I went into the wall as I walk in. Sorry, guys, I didn't see it.
They sneak up on all of us.
They do. It's right there, man. I couldn't take it.
Not too much better.
And it's Jay looking around as well.
Please. Give us a third chance at failing miserably. Anything? Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my God! We see nothing.
Yep.
Wait.
We
I
assume
walk
the
into the
room's
hall.
empty. Yeah. I
Hank
assume the
walks
room's
in.
empty.
Yeah, he sees nothing. Jay runs into me, which knocks me into the wall again.
I think this is a building.
Are you sure? I don't think it is. From what I've seen,
There's nothing in this broom closet.
there
Excuse
isn't.
me, sir. Are you? Hey, when did you 2 get here?
Oh, I'm not sure at this point. Christ.
Elite force.
We're the heroes, guys. We got this.
These are the heroes you get.
What was that line from Batman?
Not the hero you
God.
want, but the one you deserve, or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not the hero that's good. I'm the hero that's terrible. I know that's not what he says. It's just that's what's true in this particular circumstance.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, Cord, to answer your question, because they rolled so poorly on their observation, they can't tell yet.
Yeah, we got nothing. We see nothing.
Okay, so you guys are in the courtroom. What's your plan?
Bonk. That's my plan. I'm not even kidding about that. I rolled a 3.
So since notice isn't working, is there a listen equivalent?
No, that would be notice.
I don't really have a plan in mind. I'm just watching.
Okay.
I failed my notice, so I don't actually notice the anything.
Okay.
I got nothing. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, I'll sit down in a pew.
Yeah, I will sit down respectfully. I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
And then I will look around. No, wait. So I'm going to sit down for a second right next to Hank. And after like maybe 5-6 seconds have passed, I'm going to lean over and be like, where is everyone?
Oh.
You can see through the walls. Your notice score actually paid off.
I turn over to Jay. I thought there was supposed to be like a trial here or something. You rolled a 3 too.
Maybe the trials and hey,
How
that
much
guy
time
who's sleeping.
passes before we notice we're sitting in the pew backwards?
That would be an accomplishment unto itself. No.
Just kind of shove our leg through the wood there. There we go.
These are not comfortable.
No, they're odd. God, how would anyone see? I got splinters everywhere. Jesus.
This future's horrible.
Oh, hate the future. I sit quietly and wait for them to do stuff because I rolled crap.
So you guys are sitting there. You are observing the courtroom.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to double check. You're not doing anything else. You're just waiting on me, right?
Yeah. I rolled Jack, and I am here for information.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If I did roll a 3, I would be focusing all of my attention on the mayor and how she is holding herself, how confident she seems, how she speaks, what kind of tonality she uses, how much I think she's lying, and all that kind of stuff. But I rolled a 3, so I have no idea.
Yeah, you get none of that.
I take a nap.
The two people that are up front talking to the judge are having a fairly heated discussion about the theft of some farming tools. It's a young Caucasian woman and an older gray-haired gentleman with a thick accent.
I crossed the fresh crossed
Yeah, that's pretty
thick.
close.
Thick, not mangled.
Oh, sorry. I was just kind of going for Klingon, if I'm honest.
I think you said to fire.
But that is all the information you're going to get from those rolls.
Right.
Wow.
So
I
how
don't
long
get-
do we have to sit here to roll again?
Yeah, can I take 20?
Honestly, because I'm just sitting here waiting, and it's like,
So I'm curious, what kind of like penalties are they talking about for this guy? And like based on what he's
yeah, we
done?
can
Like, did he
hear,
steal?
right?
Did he steal like a shovel and they're going to give him the axe, or is he like?
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah,
steal
what's
like
the
10
punishment?
cattle and they're just going to slap him on the wrist?
The older gentleman is accusing the young woman of stealing basically a family heirloom pickaxe.
Hmm.
If she's found guilty, she'll have community service and additional duties around the town that she'll need to complete.
Does she get to keep the pickaxe?
That's a good question.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Just trying to establish a baseline here. What's the over/under on a heirloom theft, especially with farming tools?
Yeah.
Depending on the tool.
Okay.
So
Use the OG defense.
I'm really tempted not to let you guys roll again because you
Jesus
all
Christ, come
failed.
on.
But
Just rolling in the back.
Fine, I charge up and start punching her. Tell me everything. Tell me everything you know. And I grab the guy. Tell me everything you know. Tell me everything. And I grab the next guy who's sleeping. Tell me everything. Yeah.
You mean this pickaxe?
Yes, give me that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Exhibit A appears to be messy.
it's got this weird red goo on it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know where it came from because I rolled a 3. Oh my god. Okay. If you're not gonna let us reroll, whoa. I think.
Earn a fate point.
Yes, seriously. We wanted info.
Okay.
All right. God, can I at least tell who the mayor is in this situation?
Hopefully the one behind the desk.
I mean, I rolled a 3, so I'm not assuming anything.
Okay. Go ahead and everyone give me a new notice roll.
Oh, thank God.
It's gonna be
This is gonna be great because it's gonna be like 2, 1.
I'm just gonna say if you all fail, there is no reroll.
Okay, I got an 11.
Okay.
He got an 8. Okay. So I like to think here's what happens. We all go in and we're all kind of tired. It's been a long day. So you know what? When you just kind of space a little bit, right? Like
Yeah.
you just process for a few minutes. So we just stare into space for like 3 minutes, just like, and then all three of us are like,
Okay,
Oh, we're on
hold
trial. What?
Hold on. I have the perfect explanation.
okay.
You guys haven't actually had your snake meat pies yet.
That's true. We're probably pretty hungry.
As you're walking in, you're eating your meat pie, and you are so distracted by the deliciousness of this fresh cooked delicacy that you are completely oblivious to everything else.
Yeah,
Tastes like chicken.
this is astonishingly good, especially since I've had nothing.
How would you know?
I don't know. That's the best part.
It
If I
tastes
stop
like
breathing,
tasty
you'll know it
wheat.
tastes like chicken.
Tastes like tasty wheat.
Sorry.
But no, I this is like the first real meal I've had in how long?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I'm
aside from the rations and the backpacks we have.
now, admittedly, the last real meal that you had was only a couple of days ago.
yeah, but it was like, no, I guess that's true. Never mind. You're right.
You know, it was when you were in the holding cells, and it wasn't great. But
Yeah.
A couple of days ago, hundreds upon hundreds of years ago.
yes,
I mean, you know, same difference really in this
So
case.
psychologically, you haven't eaten in many multitudes of lifetimes.
It's just I have to eat for my people, for my whole generation that I missed out on. Thousands of years, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
we have eaten, and now we're like, and now we start paying attention.
Yes.
That's pretty good. I gotta get another one of those later on.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
So now that you are more observant, the gentleman who is sleeping on the pew, you notice that he's wearing what appear to be the equivalent of black robes that are made out of burlap.
Have an axe.
That sounds like the most hick thing ever, or an executioner. I'm not sure which. I'm really torn on this one.
The person that is behind the desk, the judge stand, is a rather young, you'd probably guesstimate late 20s, early 30s, Hispanic woman. She appears fairly competent, but reserved. I'm not sure what else you were asking for from before, so if there were other questions, you'll have to.
What I'm wanting is, I want to get a measure of what kind of a leader this person is. I mean, Lord knows I probably have a lot of interaction in my life with people who are in charge, right?
Mhm.
And you know, there's people who just ooze the charisma and the control, you know, the alpha mentality, and then there's people who just kind of make it up as they go. Like, if I could use a real life parallel, and I mean, I don't want to start any controversial stuff here, but there are plenty of real life politicians who are actually decent at their job and absolutely awful on camera, right?
Yeah.
Because not everyone's good on camera, right? That just makes sense. I'm trying to get a gauge of that with this person.
Okay. As the proceedings go on, you are able to pick up cues that are going to tell you that this woman is giving an air of competency as opposed to being competent.
Okay. And in my job, I would know exactly what that's like. So, okay. I will go ahead and make a point of mentioning this very quietly. In fact, if I have to roll stealth, I will. To my comrades. Well,
no, it's going to be a charisma.
Okay, well, that's good. In my case. Okay. Hey, guys. So I mentioned this to them very quietly.
Okay. So I'm gonna basically listen and see what sort of questions she asks of the two plaintiffs, or plaintiff and defendant.
Right.
Accuser and accused, if you will.
I suppose
I'm no lawyer, But I would say that no,
I gotta say, I ain't no big city liar.
that's yeah.
But actually, if I could expedite you a little bit here, Guido, as a GM,
Go for it.
I don't know about you guys, but what I want as a player is I want to understand like the method by which they're conducting themselves.
Yeah.
Like, in other words, is there prosecutor, defense, witness, judge, people in the pew observing? Is this just a I know this is going to sound like a dumb question, but have you read the Thrawn trilogy, the Star Wars Thrawn trilogy, Guido?
No.
Okay. There's a scene in there where a Jedi is just sitting there and there's, hey, he did this. And there's those two people and that Jedi is just proceeding over it. That's it. That's the whole legal process.
Yeah, that is exactly what you're seeing here.
Okay. That's what I was going for.
There are no lawyers. There's no defense attorney. There's no prosecutor. It's
There's
the judge and the two people that are presenting their complaints.
Okay. Now that is very interesting to me because that means she has basically absolute power in this courtroom.
It's a very monarch approach to
literally holding court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
We should kill her.
Like now?
I mean, why
Slaughter
not?
in the
There's no one
courtroom.
defending the room.
I'm pretty sure that might break a law, which seems odd to do in front of the person who... never mind.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I just want to know, Guido. Obviously, I'm not going to do this, but like, if I just got up and very calmly and casually just started walking up to her, like, what would the reaction be? Because then break her neck or whatever.
Mild alarm.
Like, hello? Can I help you? No, I'm cool.
If you were to proceed past the last row of seating and actually approach the bench, then she would start reacting.
Okay.
If you're just walking down the aisle, then she would assume that you are just going up to the front row for seating.
Okay. That's kind of what I figured. This is why I'm glad my character is not an assassin or evil, because I could kill her so easily right now. I'm just watching, though. I'm not evil. Hashtag not evil.
I don't know where my little slip went.
Okay, I've got an emote in chat. There you go. Thank you, Bragan. Yes, I've actually turned that into an emote because it just comes up so much. Anyways.
But yeah, it's basically just the older gentleman who you can now tell that it is a fairly thick Russian accent.
That's unusual.
And the young woman who is just basically an American accent. And they're basically doing he said, she said.
Yeah. What else are you going to have when two people are just presenting their case?
How long are you going to sit and observe?
I mean, since we're here, okay. Out of character powwow for a second. Was it like this? Is that what we used to do, Guido? I can't remember.
Basically, yeah. But
at this point, I have the information I wanted. This is someone who is a politician in the bad sense of the word. And that's basically all the information I really wanted as far as that goes. Okay. Obviously, I still want to meet with her, but I'm good with leaving the courtroom, whatever.
So she currently comes across basically as a puppet and may or may not. In the setup where obviously she's not in charge if the warlord is providing protection.
Yeah.
Like even within her own realm is not in power either, per se.
Yeah, I get the really strong impression that this is someone who is... what's a good real life example without getting into politics? What was the last CEO before Bob Iger of Disney? I can't think of his name. I know it sounds like
Mike
Eisner.
Yeah.
I'm getting the impression of Mike Eisner here.
Okay.
Someone who talks a decent talk, but is an incompetent boob.
Oh, why don't you say how you really feel?
Mike Eisner was an idiot, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just saying. So that's the impression I'm getting. So again, I've kind of figured out what I wanted to here.
Yeah, I think Jay, after this kind of turned into a less than TV drama thing, decided he's, quote unquote, seen all there is to see,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he's
this
done.
is more of a neighborhood watch meeting than an actual.
Here's a
courtroom
question,
proceeding.
Guido.
Yeah.
Is there like a court reporter, secretary, anything?
A scribe, if you will.
A scribe?
Hmm.
Let me ask what I'm actually
No.
after. Okay. I was gonna say, because what I want is to basically leave a message like, we get an appointment, or something, when you're done being an idiot. I mean, a competent politician.
I'm not going to make you roll anything to get the idea that you could probably make an appointment with Indrani, the
Okay.
the person at the quote unquote reception.
Okay. I will quietly suggest that to the others.
Sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
Willie.
Doing that and then maybe following up with the healer to maybe assess what the level of medical technology we're rolling with here.
Yeah, if this is literally herbs that we don't know what they do, we have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to give you one other thing before you leave the courtroom. The gentleman that I had mentioned earlier that was sleeping in the black robes, now that you have successfully rolled your observance, the robes remind you of a judge's robes.
That seems oddly backwards.
That's incredibly weird.
Hold on, that's just weird enough that I want to see what's going on there.
I'm gonna go ahead and slip out into the back, or in the front, I should say. And I'm gonna ask. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Andrani. Indrani. Just really quick. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch it. What's the gentleman's name again? And I'm gonna say it very casual, like I like she should know what I'm talking about.
The one that's presenting his case?
No, the gentleman in the robes. God, and I'd start describing him a little bit.
Oh, you mean Judge Hanneran?
That's right, Hennerin. Thank you. God, I heard his name and I couldn't remember for the life of me. I'm sorry. What's his first name again?
Judge.
Whoa, okay, it's not the judge. I've heard of judge as a family name.
I thought you meant like it was his title, not his name. I apologize, ma'am. Hennerin, right? Okay, we'll go with Bob Hennerin.
Oh, he's Judge.
He's the.
Judge is the judge.
And now we know.
Hanrahan.
Yes.
Oh no, go back to judge.
Anyways, yeah. So okay, if it's not in the book, whatever.
Yeah, it's he just goes by Judge.
Oh, okay. Judge, right? Judge. I couldn't think of his name for some reason. Didn't look like he was doing too well today. Has he been all right lately? He been taking care of his health?
Oh yeah, he must be asleep again, isn't he?
He might, and then I'll just kind of give like a little grin, like he might be a little tired right now. Yeah.
He often just falls asleep when he's not needed.
At getting on in the ears.
He's yeah.
I understand.
Isn't he supposed to be presiding?
Oh, he only sorry. You're right.
Oh, all right.
You decided to stick around for a bit, which is a good move. It's just you're over there. I'm interrogating her. I will, however, say, isn't he supposed to be presiding? I hear the voice in the air.
Yeah. Ask if he's supposed to be presiding. Okay.
I got it.
He only presides over the serious crimes.
Oh, of course. So he's just kind of a like there for show, right?
He just observes to make sure that if he's needed.
Right, of course. Can I tell how much she's BSing me right now?
Roll a what was that? Notice talk. Roll a talk.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Roll
God,
talk.
even with that, it's I rolled garbage. But yep, there.
You are fairly certain that she is dead serious.
Okay, of course. Sorry for taking up your time, ma'am. And then I will go ahead and get the appointment made while I'm there.
Okay. Well, currently the current, yeah.
Currently, the current currents concurrently.
Oh boy.
Yo, dog.
Yeah.
Currently, the only case on the docket is what's being discussed right now. So, as soon as she finishes overseeing the case, I'm sure she'd be happy to meet with you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Remember to get that cough looked at.
Mhm.
And I walk off before she coughs on me.
Yeah, and I should have mentioned that she would take coughing breaks in amongst that discussion.
Oh yeah, I figured. And I would just wait patiently, like, yep. Giving me tuberculosis. Thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dying a little every day.
I can't wait to die of tuberculosis 600 years in the future. That's just awesome.
Woohoo.
Mutant tuberculosis. Yep.
It's mutant.
It's the worst.
Mutant tuberculosis. It's even worse. Anyways.
And Cord, yeah, that's why I didn't actually respond to your question earlier. Also, as far as the accent goes, if you want to give her a New York accent, you're welcome to. But that would be too much of an accent for me. It's this is on the West Coast, so it would be highly unlikely that someone would have a New York accent on the West Coast.
There's been severe accent drift over the last 6 centuries. Like really, really severe.
So they all swear in Chinese for some odd reason.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're saying anymore. It's just
I'm gonna have to make note of that.
Note to self. Write that down. Okay.
So what did Third discover in the room?
Well, the judge, I mean, he's pretty clearly just sleeping. He's taking a snooze on the bench, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a place to sit down next to him? Is it long enough?
Yeah, it's like an 8-foot bench, so there's plenty of room.
Okay. I'll sit down and look at Hank like I'm really sure this is a great idea. And then I'll lean over him and say, "Hey,
Oh boy.
hey, hello, are you the judge?"
Oh, you're trying to get the judge's attention. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll wake up.
Okay.
No, what? Can I help you, son?
I'm new to town, so maybe I just made a mistake. But you look a lot like you're supposed to be presiding in this case.
Oh, no.
Then who's? Hold on. So what happens here then? If you're the judge, then who makes the judgment?
What is it you do here?
This is your annual performance review. How do you justify your position? I've got +1 in administrate. That's a legit tactic.
I only oversee the serious crimes. If it's this, not piddly. That's not the right word.
Minor?
Yeah, I was trying to
This
think of
piddly little ink squirt here ain't worth my time. How's that?
I was trying to think of something a bit more insulting, but yeah.
I can't.
Insignificant.
There you go. Insignificant. I like that.
For really spits it out.
For the insignificant cases, the mayor oversees those.
Wow. Well, that's a judicial system I'm not quite used to. Where I come from, mayor type figures don't have anything to do with that.
How do we have purple cauliflower? I was distracted by food, so I kind of lost track of where we were.
Oh yeah,
Right. We're talking about agriculture implementation theft. It's a misdemeanor.
Yes, it is absolutely a misdemeanor. So he says that he only oversees the serious crimes. the insignificant cases the mayor takes care of.
Oh. Isn't that like a, what's the word, like a conflict of interest there?
I don't understand what you mean.
Dereliction of duty.
Well, obviously. So no, all right. Well, I'm sorry to disturb you. It's just I'm just saying this is a weird way of doing it, but not my town. Sorry to disturb you. What's your name? Sorry, I'm Jay. You ready?
Oh, they call me Judge.
You hear a voice from the heavens that says, "Your name's Wilhelm."
All right. I don't recall if these people do handshakes. I know we tried that sessions ago. I don't recall what the result was, but I'll try it again.
I thought they did the arm thing. Correctly.
Object Terra.
Yeah, I mean,
I get super confused and just go in for a hug after.
Whoa, son! Whoa!
No,
Hey,
I'll go halfway and kind of like grab his arm halfway, or not forcefully, but just like, all right, well.
Wait, that's not his arm.
Ooh, it's one of those dreams. Okay, so I will leave this courtroom because I see you have non-insignificant matters to take care of, such as sleeping on the bench.
If you are reaching in to shake his hand, he will reach back. He's not going to go up the forearm. He's just going to do like around the wrist.
Okay. You have a strong wrist, sir. All right. Oh, and before I go, just curious, what actually constitutes a serious crime here?
Foreign
Cattle
tipping.
rustling. Pie stealing.
Mm-hmm.
Murder.
He wouldn't lead with murder. That's why I was hesitant.
Yeah, no, that's
Well, yeah, basically I'm trying to judge if he's like, well, if they violate law, so and so, or if he's like, well, I suppose if they kill enough folks. Yeah.
Wait, what?
I'm just getting
Enough,
the
folks.
really strong impression that murder is not something these people deal with. That's why I led with that.
He would lead with destruction of property,
Tearing the things off the mattress tags.
yeah, of course. Oh, yeah, that's. Ooh.
I'm guilty of jaywalking. I do it every day.
Oh no! Repeat offender.
Yeah.
Killing.
I mean,
okay, so destruction of property, killing of livestock, or God forbid, killing a person.
Can we presume I'm back in yet? Have I gotten my thing yet?
Sure. Yeah, you could have overheard that.
I'm going to go ahead and just visibly, audibly react by killing someone.
Yeah, you come back in just as I say, oh, so what are the consequences for killing someone in this town?
The subtlety.
And I'll be like, oh my God, why would someone ever take someone else's life?
Theoretically,
Okay,
if I were to.
Why are there planes going over here constantly?
I know. It's weird. But anyway.
Run.
Okay, too many people were talking there, so. Kitties, you were starting to say something, and Third, you were saying something.
No, go with Thirds.
Okay. All right. I was basically just saying I'm not going to question further. I completely actually understand why he wants to just sleep this off because this doesn't seem important. So I'm done. So I get up after giving him the wrist shake.
Okay. So then, Hank, did you want to add anything?
So for the serious offenders, I'm assuming that they're taken care of by. And did they actually use the term warlord when you spoke with them, or just
No?
Okay,
that was.
So I'm assuming they're taken by the protection of this area. I'm trying to think of a way of saying they're removed from this location.
You send them off city, right?
Yeah,
Something
like they're like basically implying that there's not a prison here, but they're taken care of by the local magistrate, which is the warlord.
Yeah.
Okay. So before I can answer that, I need to know, and I hate to force a like in character dialogue, but
Sure.
since you were waffling back, not waffling. That's I shouldn't have said that. Since you were going back and forth on what you were trying to say versus what you were saying, what are you saying to him?
So for those who break, basically, I would say for those who are breaking the law, I'm assuming that the magistrate comes to collect them.
Well, I am the magistrate.
Sorry,
So what happens?
like you're the highest power. There's no militia, or aside from the local government, there's no regional. What's the word I'm thinking of? Regional
Governor.
I keep coming up with like despots or yeah.
Oh,
like, none of these terms are actually going to work because they're all have an evil connotation.
Yeah.
So for serious offenses, if someone is found guilty, we would either not ostracize,
Excommunicate.
exile, or if it's serious enough, we would execute.
Did you ever kill someone?
I'm not an approval.
-2 approval.
A random guy has a down arrow next to him that says, Bob didn't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the judge will remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, great bodily harm? I think that's what Cord is asking.
I don't know. I don't know what GBH is.
Oh, and I guess it'd probably be like a district attorney or something. Maybe.
No, there's just a judge. The issue here, there's a judge.
Judge in the
I guess
mayor.
this place is a little too small for a district attorney. Meanwhile, this guy with two faces walks in. I knew it!
Yeah.
It all
Wait a
makes
minute.
sense. So, here, hang on. Out of character again for a second. What I'm getting here is that these people, are basically completely under this guy's control, except for when they're under her control, except both of them are actually powerless to really do anything. That's what I'm hearing so far out of all of
Yeah,
this.
I think the
They
level
share
of
the illusion of power.
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't think it's not. Well, hang on, let's move out into the hallway real quick.
Yeah, they're right there.
Let's go one track. I think these two people are pathetic. We can take them right now.
No,
I think there's an actual thing for this, but the not caritude is very high with these people. They're not very structured, and they don't really care to be.
I'm not sure what to make of that. It's kind of weird, if you ask me.
I've heard places like this exist out in the boonies. I was a big city guy all my life, so honestly, I can't say what that's like, but I'm used to this kind of stuff.
I wish we could figure out, who does the executions, right? Who enforces this?
Look for the guy with the really big arms. To be brutally honest, I'm not really sure. I really have a great interest in trying to find this guy.
But why?
Well, I mean, how often do you walk into a town and you're like, "Hey, let's try and find the executioner"? It seems very suspicious.
I'm just saying.
We need to find the executioner and know who that one is.
Oh God, I never updated my Twitch thing. Nobody told me.
It's old Agnes out in the hallway. She's the executioner.
Yeah. How are things going?
Yes, by knitting needles.
Oh, that way. Oh God.
This is going to take a while. Oh no.
You know what? Let's, to use a colloquial term, mosey on over to the healer's place. I'm halfway expecting this to be some sort of faith gem healer, to be quite honest. But
Tell you what, you go ahead. I'm going to stay here for our appointment, okay? Because I don't want to miss it.
Okay, I'm going to go with the good doctor.
Why is that my fault?
As soon as we get out, I don't think it senses we need to kill him as soon as possible. No, just kidding.
I knew it.
No.
I knew it. Plotting against me. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's where we'll give the salute to the receptionist as I leave.
She gives this Nazi salute back, and you look at it weird for a second.
I don't think
It's
that was-
okay.
like,
It's been 600 years. They don't
Hail
know what
Judge
it means.
Wilhelm.
Nope.
She blows her nose.
So
in
only
response.
one person will get this joke, and that's Cadiz. She gives the La Dama del Diablo salute.
What?
Sure. Why not? It'll have just as much like local relevance to
Yep.
our characters. Yeah. Perfect.
Anyway, it's the fine landworthy vessel that we do the pirate thing for.
Okay.
So anyway, so you're going to stay and wait for the meeting with the mayor, and Jay and Hank are going over to the healers.
Yes.
Okay,
Best plan we've ever had.
splitting the party. Excellent.
Nothing ever bad happened.
Waiting.
I just try to give my GMs as much opportunity to kill me as possible. That's really my goal.
Why we left you alone
I exactly.
in the courtroom.
It'll be fine. Oh God! Found guilty of existing. What?
Wait.
Really? Okay.
That's a felony?
Yeah.
Seems a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys exit the town hall, and you go back across the river to the east. Immediately to the south is the large mill. That's this building here.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately to the south of that is the healers.
Okay.
Now, did you guys actually get the description of the mill, or do you care?
You gave it to me last time, but as Third was not here.
Okay, I couldn't remember. A rockwood water wheel churns slowly in the sweet water, the sound of grinding stones rumbling from within this riverside mill. A door wide enough for a wagon opens into a storage shed affixed to the side of the mill house. And then, just to the south, this building is a little larger than most of the family homes around Broke Tree, with real glass panes in the windows and fresher thatch than that of its neighbors. Beside the door, a wood mason has carved the twisting snakes of the catechus to mark a healer's residence.
You were right.
Well, I'm glad we didn't have a lot of trouble finding this place. Does this look like a public establishment or more like a private area? AKA, can we just like walk in like the hall, or does it look like we should probably ask for entry?
It looks like a residence that is also the healer's house. So,
okay. All right, I'll go up and look at Hank and say, well, just so you know, I'm going to see if I can snag any medical equipment here in the meantime. We should be on the lookout for anything they might not really know its value. You know,
Okay.
what I mean.
I'll back your play, but we did just leave the place where we would be prosecuted if we were caught stealing.
Well, I'm not saying stealing. I'm saying maybe not offer quite as much as it really should be worth. You know, if they have a bunch of stim packs in the corner and they're like, there's just a bunch of useless junk. Now, they know what stim packs are. It's just an example. But,
Right. Fair enough.
All right. Knock, knock, knock.
okay.
Wait, do they still knock? Hey, gummit.
Yeah. What are the customs here?
There must be something happening at the military base.
Have you thought about not living so close to the airport?
It's okay.
I don't live close to the Atlanta airport. I live close to Dobbins.
I know.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
They've got those huge transportation aircraft, and I guess they just have something going on right now.
I'm telling you, we're at war now. We're actually going to war with Canada. Sorry, Canada.
Why?
We really want their supply of maple.
Oh no!
Okay, so Vermont got burned down.
Yes, Vermont is gone.
All right.
We need more syrup, eh?
Apparently, our pancake-based economy I wasn't aware of.
It's dude, the pancake. I
The
can't.
exchange rate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please continue. Yeah.
Okay, so you knock, and you hear a feminine voice from within. Be right there. The door is opened by a fairly plump, dark woman in her probably late 30s, you'd guess. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Jay, and I'm a doctor by trade, a visitor to your town, and I just wanted to come over to your facilities and just take a look at what's going on around here. Perhaps I would be able to help you out. I noticed that there was a couple cases of some coughing fits going on around here. We also need to resupply since we'll probably be on our way very soon. So, both for knowledge and a purchase, maybe.
Oh, okay. First thing she's going to do is wait. You said a couple cases of coughing?
I saw at least one over at the mayor's office. The poor little woman who attends the desk at the front.
Ah, yes, Indrani. Yeah, she's had that cough for ages now. I just can't seem to get rid of it.
I really hate to interrupt, but third, just a suggestion, since you might actually know this in character, you can actually refer to it as Mycobacterium tuberculosis, which is the actual medical term for the brain, right? See if she recognizes it is kind of the idea here. Just a thought.
Does she speak Latin?
We'll get into that once we get into the larger discussion. Yes, quite unfortunate. Actually, where I come from, we normally cure those types of things in a very short amount of time, matter of days. Would you mind if me and what name are you going by right now?
Mr. Peterson.
Mr. Peterson.
Yeah.
Would you mind if myself and Mr. Peterson came in?
Oh, certainly. I mean, I don't mean
You
to be
wouldn't mind.
rude.
Oh, I'm sorry then. Just a little joke. Let's go in.
Is your social skill -3? I'm just wondering.
My charisma is actually 8. Yes.
All right. For those of you at home, an average person would be at about a 10. So.
Yes. But you know what? Coincidentally enough, or actually fortunately enough, in the new system, that's not a negative.
It's true.
Oh,
So I actually technically gained.
It's true.
wow.
But just for the record, when Jay was going through medical school, he was known as Mr. Bedside Manner because he didn't have one.
Ah, yes.
Oh yeah, my talk is -1. Like charisma skills, nothing.
Yep.
You're like House.
Kind of, except not as intimidating.
So you guys go in, and you can see the house is actually fairly busy with people. An older gentleman is he's sitting down having lunch. There are 2 young women sitting with him, and because I think it'd be funny, I need both of you to roll a notice check.
Oh, good.
Yes, that's been working so well.
All right. Oh,
Wow.
well, it's better to be lucky than good.
All right. So you both succeed very well. Tending to some shelves of what appear to be herbs and vials of liquid is what on first glance seems to be a young man, but upon second glance, you see his arms are abnormally long and hairy, and he has hooves for feet.
I stop dead. And
I very slowly start reaching for the gun in the backpack.
and I look over at her and say, "Is that fascinating individual?"
Actually, what would I roll for like a coolness check?
Cool, it's-
It'd be
Perform.
charisma. Yeah, perform.
Perform, okay.
Or wait, where's that like act under pressure? That coolness.
No,
Well,
it's basically
okay.
like,
It's like cyberpunk, right?
do I flip the hell out? No, coolness is like,
okay.
I don't like smoothly draw it in a
Yeah, I thought you meant like
barrel roll it. No. I'm like,
okay.
do I flip
Gotcha
the
now.
hell out?
Okay.
Yeah, so you can basically either roll a save or a perform.
Say a mental save makes more.
Okay, sure.
Hmm.
Okay. You flip the hell out.
Okay.
Tasmanian devil just.
That's okay. Yeah, that's gonna be messy, but sure.
Yeah.
And what does Jay do? You said, who is that fascinating individual?
Yes.
Okay.
This is basically the same reaction as the cat woman.
I need a first name. Somebody.
Cord.
Mr. Ed.
Cord.
Cord, sure. That's Cord Baroctico. He's my apprentice.
I think we're going to get along quite famously.
So you mentioned you had some questions, and you were looking to purchase some goods.
Yeah, I'm still staring at the horseman, and he says, yes. Maybe we can trade some information.
Okay.
Do you happen to know the exact type of pathogen you're dealing with as far as the coffee incident?
Before I answer that, I have to go back to Cadiz. You're flipping out.
So I'm basically staring wide-eyed, reaching for the gun in the backpack, but I'm also edging back towards the door we came through, and with my left arm about ready to grab Dr. Reddy to vacate the premises post haste.
Okay. Apocalyptic haste.
So, as you are having this conversation with Arnita, you feel Hank grasping at your shoulder, trying to get your attention.
Yes.
Dude, we I don't know what that is. We gotta go. We can't stay here. We're gonna have to go.
Huh? Jay looks around like he's looking for some other type of super danger around here. What? Did I fail a nose check?
The guy over there with the long arms and the horse feet. Okay,
I know, it's so great. They don't only have cat people; they have horsemen dog people. Whatever that thing
that's
is.
way too many things together. And what? No,
It shouldn't work, but it does. It's great.
So I think I paused long enough to actually look at Jay and say, or look at him like he's lost his mind. Question his sanity for a short minute.
It's something that I've been not working towards that, but like naturally somehow they have evolved to be like that. And that's even in the short, well, I say short, even in the span of time that we've been gone. That's amazing. Like, gotta figure out what's going on with that.
So when I hear distance and span of time, I'm going to do another mental check and see if that snaps me back.
I'm just seeing it triggering you.
That
I'll
might
put it over in the
actually
pin.
be technically
Sure.
maybe possible.
Go for it.
No, it's
No.
even worse.
Yeah.
Negative. This is not how this works. I don't care. I don't care what's going on. We gotta go.
You don't even get any of those words out.
Okay.
You bolt.
Okay.
You are
Just
out
gone.
the door. You are
Yeah.
gone.
Yep. No.
Meanwhile,
I rolled a nope.
yeah, you rolled a nope. Meanwhile, the gentleman that you were freaking out about has turned around and is facing the J.
Yeah. The singular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll snap back to him, looking a little bit surprised that Mr. Peterson just bolted out the door and conflicted over whether or not to go after him or not.
He's going to look at you. Is your friend
probably gonna-
okay?
He has traveling sickness.
Oh yes, of course.
He just needs to lay down for a little bit. All of the anyway, let's not talk about him. Let's talk about you. What was I saying before? Oh, right, the path. Tell me, you are the assistant, the intern. What do you know about the pathogen? Just it's causing the coughing.
Wait, so you're asking the healer or the apprentice?
Well, if the healer's there, both, but I'm kind of directing it towards the apprentice because
Okay.
supposedly it's a healer's apprentice.
Right. Okay. So since you are directing it towards the apprentice, they will respond first. She's got a cough.
It's a good first step.
Nailed it.
I'm kind of looking them over like somebody would look over like a curious artifact.
I'm not going to make you roll another notice on this, but you can see features and whatnot. This individual looks more Neanderthal. A much more primitive human. The arms are much more ape-like than human.
Okay. Well, fascinating. And I look at the healer and I past him and say, I don't suppose you know a little more past that, do you?
We're fairly certain that it's nothing serious. But given her advanced age, we're not going to spend more resources than we need to.
But aren't you worried about it spreading?
How would she spread a cough?
You've never had any type of disease spread before ever in your life, not even noticed anything like that.
How?
I mean, if I'm being blunt, his reaction should probably be something along the lines of, "What's a disease?"
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. If I was GMing this, I'm sorry. You keep using this word. What's that mean? She's got a cough, dude.
So when you've
What was
angered
that?
the gods, okay.
Just trying to judge what they, how far they can go.
Well, no. Admittedly, she is fairly advanced in her medical knowledge. So, if she was to pass it on to anyone who is a productive member of the village, we would deal with that appropriately. But again, because of her advanced age, the her condition is not she is not so vitally important to the village that we are concerned with losing her.
Let me tell you a little bit of a story about a place where I come from, where we weren't really concerned about one particular type of cough. Many, many years ago, we had something very similar to this. I forget the freaking name you gave me. Oh, here it is. Called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Was a very, very infectious cough. that resulted in the deaths of millions of people. And it all started because of that one important person who they didn't really want to treat. And as much as I'd hate to see anything happen to you fine folks here, if that's the way you want to leave it, then so be it. Like I said, we're visitors. We'll be moving on very soon. Leaving with that, you don't happen to have any medical supplies in here, do you?
Well,
I'm afraid it must be soon. Otherwise, I'm afraid my friend there might actually run out of town.
Speaking of which, Hank, I am going to need a roll of some kind. I haven't decided what yet.
Okay,
Barrel
I'll say
roll.
another mental save.
Either a mental save or some kind of you could do a no roll. Basically to determine if your subconscious mind is aware enough to give you a direction to run, and the best place to run would probably be to Jonathan.
Right. So would I do a intelligence or wisdom modifier? Okay.
Because it's more of a perception.
Okay.
So, oh yeah, you are beelining to Jonathan.
Okay, so back to the town hall.
Back to town hall. Yep.
Now, Guido, you don't have to give me this, but I would like to think that I have just, in the intervening times, I have just been completely talking circles around this guy or woman or whoever I'm beating, to the point where I have them completely eating out of my hand, and we're just kind of laughing and chatting, and everything's great, and they're completely willing to hear me out. I'm not actually going to try to manipulate their course. And now I'm just like they're totally with me. And so I like the idea that I'm leaving the town hall as Hank is running up, and I've got like my arm around her, and she's got her arm around me, and we're just laughing.
So this is your discussion with the mayor.
Yeah.
Okay. Most likely we're going to have to do a little bit of actual role play for that. So,
okay, but can I have that moment?
It's going to it's going to depend on how the discussion goes. So I can't give that to you yet. Yeah. I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say we'll have to figure out what kinds of things you're actually talking about, because her reaction is going to be somewhat specific.
Okay. Well, I do have a knife if I need it.
Okay.
It's escalated.
No, it's okay. Actually, I know what to do. You get around and you get them in the neck right there, so they can't yell out, and then you just squeeze as hard as you can and just kind of wait
till they fall asleep.
Yeah, it'll take a minute, but we'll get there. No, okay. I should probably mention, just for the sake of knowledge, that my character is prepared to kill this woman at a moment's notice. He has no, I mean sincerely, he has no desire to, but at the same time, the situation he's in has him a little nervous, and this town legitimately
all options at the ready at all times. And
yeah, exactly. This is not I'm gonna kill her. This is more of a okay, whatever comes, I'm ready.
Yeah, it's a nice third date. We're getting along, but just in case, I'm ready to kill her at a moment's notice.
Exactly. You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for it's not even murder, it's self-defense at this point. All right, so
she didn't tip. Now she does.
Oh, you bastard! No, okay. So in the interest of time, Guido, if you want to, I could just bullet point what I'm going to ask her. That's up to you.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back to what kinds of things are available through the healer. So go ahead.
So in general, what I'm wanting to know, and I like to think I'm speaking for the group, but I know we would have talked this up beforehand. So if you want to add anything in, just toss it in. First thing I want to know is how long their deal has been going for protection and with whom. Now, that's probably actually going to be more like the fifth thing I ask, because I want to butter her up first. In fact, let me just roll talk right now.
Okay.
Because my first move is going to... 5? My first move is going to be to try to make her more positively inclined towards me. We had to perform on there, too. For Christ's sakes.
Okay.
My dice.
Look at that. Answers on the board.
What was that about wasting all your good rolls early?
God damn it. All right, I kill her.
Wow.
That's the only way. Interrogate her because I don't want her to die. I need the information. No, okay. So like the first thing I'm going to do is try to just compliment her on her poise. You know, I mean, this doesn't matter because I rolled junk, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like it's like you did great. You're awesome. I could see why you're the one who's really in charge here. When the judge just kind of, you know, that kind of a thing. Then I roll crap, so she just glares at me, or whatever.
That's my husband.
I'm so sorry. And wait, isn't he like twice your age? Anyway, so then I ask her about something irrelevant. Like I can't come up with anything right now, but just something that is irrelevant, as if that was my main concern. I'm posing as a merchant, basically.
Okay.
So like tariffs, trade routes, how's your relation with nearby towns? In that way that Matthias is really good at, he's trying to not say, what are some nearby towns? Instead, what he's saying is, yeah, I went by Brigger, whatever the heck it is, Digger Springs recently, and gosh, and you know, there were so many others in the area. How many, who do you do trade with? I'm just curious, because I've been trying to find a new route in the area lately, and this Springs thing, it's just not working out for me. You know what I'm saying? You know, something like that.
Sure. Okay.
So trying to figure out names of other towns, trying to figure out the who they're dealing with for protection. The most important thing he wants, I have a feeling I'm not going to get, and I have a feeling that if you'll permit me, my character is observant enough to notice. In fact, I should probably do a notice roll, shouldn't I? Damn it, this is going to be awful. Okay, that's not too bad. 6. So
Okay.
I want to say my character is observant enough to notice that she is not perceptive. Like she is not on my side because I rolled crap earlier. Therefore, he will not actually ask his final question.
Okay. What is your final question, though?
Where she stands on the current issue.
Okay.
Between the pacifist, we should just let other people deal with things for us policy, and the we should take a more active stance thing. That was going to be my final question.
Okay. But you are not asking.
According to my notice, which I succeeded at, I think, she is not perceptive, right?
She is not receptive to...
receptive,
yeah.
Sorry. So actually, I just realized, hang on. I can reroll ones on any skill check related to negotiation diplomacy. That's not even a once per day thing. I can just do that. And I rolled a 1 on that talk and a 1 on that perform.
Yeah, okay.
So what's the command here?
So /R and then space 1d6.
Okay. So this will be for the talk.
Okay.
2. So it puts it up to 6.
Okay.
And then for the perform, oops, 1d6. There we go. 3. So that pushes that up to a 6.
So a 6 and a 6 and a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not indicative, I swear.
The devil is summoned.
So does that change anything? If not, that's fine. I have one other thing in my sleeve.
So I'm going to say she is more receptive to you, but you can tell that she's still somewhat suspicious. She is reserved in her answers and cold to you.
Wonderful. That's actually really the exact opposite of what I wanted.
She is answering your questions, but
she's an enemy effectively at this point.
Not an enemy. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you this.
Okay.
She doesn't like outsiders.
Oh, okay. Okay. For the sake of in character, can I like say halfway through the conversation kind of start to pick up on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why I just gave it to you.
Okay, so then so having gone through it, start picking up on that. Can I make one last talk roll here for something specific?
Go for it.
I want to lie and say that, and I can't remember his name, but I got the name of a gentleman back at the temple, and I want to basically lie and say that he's my bud.
The priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the priest, but the temple guy that we got the name for that I can't remember the name for right now. The guy who had the title that was
Father Wilhelm.
No.
There was the
It's a big
Abbot.
family.
Abbot Williamson.
It's the Buddha guy.
Yeah, that's Abbot Williamson.
Okay. So in that case, I basically want to try and make it look like I'm friends with him.
Okay.
And this lie, and I know this is a traceable lie, so I'm actually sticking my neck out a little bit on this one, in order to try and make it seem like I'm not a complete outsider. That's the goal here.
Oh, okay.
So, knock 9.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm not expecting her to embrace me warmly like I was hoping for, but I'm hoping this will at least, get her to the idea that I'm not some stranger who just wandered into her town.
So it would make sense that because of your low rolls before, this is the basically turning point that she is answering your questions, but she is still cold and.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get you. That makes perfect sense. Okay. Guys, do you think I should ask her the final question? What do you think?
Yes.
Not you.
You're
not here. You're freaking out, and you're gushing over an alien warped thing. Excuse me, mutant warped thing.
Yeah.
Alien, heretic, mutant. They're all the same thing to me, really. What do you think, guys at home? Should I press the issue?
Vote now on your phones. Start up a straw poll.
Yeah, I could.
Maybe. That's the most non-committal answer I've ever seen.
Answer I've ever had in my chat. That is
remain neutral on this issue.
I got it. 1 bit for no, 2 bits for yes.
There you go. Don't do that.
No, don't.
3 bits for it.
3 bits for, and for 100 bits. No, okay. Where's my coin? Here, I'll flip for it. Coin says I should go ahead and ask it. So I want to phrase this really specifically. I don't want to say, who do you work for? I don't want to confront her directly. The way I want to do this is I want to, this is just Matthias's MO. I'm sure you've picked up on this by now. I want to basically mention that I've heard talk at the market square, which totally exists, or wherever, someplace that actually exists, preferably. Someplace I've walked by. I've heard talk about a bit of a shift in policy regarding the tributes and that kind of a thing. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of give like I don't know what I think about that person. I don't even live here, so I don't really have a say in that one. Basically trying to just bring the topic up and provoke some kind of reaction to her to give me an idea where she stands on that issue. That's the goal.
Okay. So she will respond, tributes. Who's talking about tributes?
You know what? Yeah, the grain and the food you got to give off to keep protected. I mean, I noticed you got a proper militia or nothing around here.
Who's trying to come in and take a tribute?
Oh, God, I don't remember what they were called.
You heard this in the marketplace?
I was just talk.
Our marketplace?
Yeah, just down on. I don't remember the street names.
But there's only one marketplace, so.
Yeah. Okay. The market. I mean, you got only one, right? I didn't see another one. Well, if you do, maybe I should head there too. Get a better prices. You know what I'm saying?
Who did you overhear this from?
I don't know.
Well, can you describe them?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to describe someone completely generic that I have actually seen as we're walking down the street. They're kind of a little taller than me, kind of brown, curly hair. They got a bit of a beard going on, a little bit of a thing. They got like a red shirt, which is short sleeves. And
2 arms, 2 legs.
2 arms, 2 legs, horseshoes.
Well, I mean that could be Bob, or that could be Bob. Could be Robert.
I'm sorry, I didn't stop and ask him. I wasn't thinking of interrogating no one. I was just trying to hawk some wares. I'm sorry, ma'am.
They're talking about a tribute.
Well, I mean, and I'm going to try to cut her off here. I mean, how else are you going to keep yourself safe? Am I right? As if it's a completely normal thing to do.
She looks at you like you have 3 heads.
I do have 3 heads. And then I kill her.
Roll for mutation.
No. That is a thing. No, how do you keep yourself safe? I mean, have you seen some of the bandit? And I basically, forgive me for not remembering my exact wording because it was like weeks ago. But
Sure.
The story I have already told of my caravan barely escaping raiders. You remember that?
Yeah.
And I recite that same story to her.
Okay.
That's just life. Normal.
We've been at peace with Digger Springs for years. They don't have any reason to break our truce.
They've been giving us trouble all the time. Good Lord, you're lucky, ma'am.
Well, I'm going to have to call a town council meeting. We're going to have to discuss this.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to cause any stir or ruckus. I was just talking. I'm sorry. Well, listen. Okay, so one of the earliest questions I asked was, do I have the right, like, do I need a bill of market to trade here, right?
Right.
What was our answer to that, just real quick? Okay, so, well, I'm sorry for getting in your hair all this. You're a very pleasant woman, and didn't mean to bother you so much. Thank you again for the information. I'd shake her hand in the appropriate manner.
She'll do the wrist.
Yep, the wrist. So I'll do the wrist, because I know this at this point. I've done this, so I'll do the wrist thing. And say, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. And then I will go ahead and walk out. And then I will see Hank.
Yep, he is actually, I know exactly what I need. I need a physical save from Jonathan, and I need a exert dexterity roll from Hank.
For those of you at home who can't quite tell what that is, that's a 1.
Okay. As you are exiting the building, Jonathan.
It's actually Michael at the moment.
Well, right, but he knows you as Jonathan. So
yeah.
He is going to just come barreling around the front doors and clip your shoulder as Hank, as you are coming in. You see him just in time, but basically it's just that shoulder clip as the two of you collide. Matthias, you're gonna almost be knocked, basically spun around, not knocked to the ground, but yeah. Hank, you're basically just going to grab onto him, and you have this look of utter terror.
Oh God, no! Which I've seen on you 3 times now.
Yeah.
So I'd like to think that having some experience with this, I immediately pull out the where is it? It's something new now. Lead. I pull out the lead roll.
Okay.
And I try to use that to calm him down, just like I did the last 2 times. And I shoulders. Talk to me, Jeffrey. Talk to me. What's going on?
It's worse than the flesh trees. There's the thing at the
healers. What could possibly be worse than the flesh trees? Nothing could be worse than the flesh trees. They were singing to us, Jeffrey. They were singing to us. It's worse than you ever believed. No, opposite of that.
Worse.
You're exactly right. We have to panic now. Let's run.
Yeah, we must panic. Go, man.
Get some torches. Start burning down this place.
I could roll my lead to make him more panicky if I was really screwed up, but no. What could possibly be worse?
It has horse feet and arms are too long, and it's
wrong.
It's not human.
It's not human. Okay. God, how would I approach this? I already did the roll, but I gotta think how to actually approach this. Okay. Smack. Pull yourself together, man.
Do I roll a Constitution check for that?
Because it's just I'm trying to get your attention just focused on me right now. Like, I'm not trying to hurt you. That's not the intention. It's just pay attention, man. It's okay. We know. Lower my voice. We know there's mutants. We know there's not humans. I'm going to let that look like it bothers me. It doesn't bother me at all, by the way, in character. But I'm going to make it look like it bothers me. Like, I know there's not humans. I know there's that kind of a thing. That's where we are, when we are now.
Now, I do have to. I'm going to have to give you a little bit of direction here, Lore.
Okay.
Mutants, in and of themselves, are not normal at all from your time. So you are going to be a little bit bothered by this because it's so just unnatural. I mean, how you react to that, I'm not going to steal that from you. But internally, you are still weirded out.
Yeah, give me a sec to think about this.
There's like a different description between the cat lady who just looks like a human with various minor cat attributes versus something that looks like somebody put a goat and a human in a blender and then added a gorilla for for garnish.
Yeah.
And
well, as I just described, parts of that are in fact organic. And that's in real life, and it's kind of floating in front of your face, like, hi. See, the problem here, there's actually a reason I'm stating this specifically, because the problem here is we in real life have this thing called fiction, and it annuls us to concepts. We know what a mutant is because we have fiction. We know what aliens are because we have fiction. We know what zombies are because we have fiction. So in real life, if a zombie attack happened, it wouldn't actually be that big of a deal, not as much as it is in fiction, because we know what zombies are, right? So that's the thing I always go to, is just some really thing, right, that we have no capacity to deal with.
So it would mute it down from our fiction and media, basically.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm trying to gauge how I would respond to this, because it's so hard to put yourself in that headspace.
Let me throw this at you.
Okay.
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Mm-hmm.
It is still a classic, I'll say, to this day, in from when you came from.
Okay.
So in fiction, there were such things as mutants and whatnot.
Okay.
But it's fiction.
Yeah.
Knowing that something is, make believe and somebody came up with this, as opposed to being faced with it. That's what I'm giving you.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd respond to that. I'm gonna have to just come up with something. Can I wait on that? Because I don't know the answer to that right now. I know this is gonna sound weird, Guido, but that is an alien thought to me, the player. So I'm just staring at that like, how do I react to that? I'm the person who, if I found out I was on the Matrix in real life, that wouldn't actually faze me. Like, okay, that makes sense.
Do I get to know Kung Fu?
Yes, how can I use this? How does this change anything?
Okay. Tell you what. Give me a mental save.
Okay. We'll let the dice decide. 1. It is a failure.
Okay.
And they're as bad as might have been.
And I'm going to have you give me another mental save shortly. Hank.
Oh, okay.
But for you, Matthias, being that close to what you needed to succeed, you are able to maintain your composure.
Okay.
So you can continue as.
So, I think I get you. So, I've got it. Okay. So, getting back into character, getting back into the scene here, it's like, okay, it's something that shouldn't be. I'm not even 100% sure. Like, are you sure? You sure this is what you saw?
Oh, yeah.
You're really sure?
Yeah.
Was it talking?
I didn't wait.
I'm going to go out of my way to refer to it as an it, by the way. It's okay.
I couldn't get Dr. Reddy to leave.
So the tact I'm going to take is I'm going to basically emphasize, there's more of us than it, right? We're still.
I only saw one, but
here, right? I mean, it's going to
I'm
be
actually more
okay.
if there's more than one.
It's okay. If there's like 2 or 3, there's still a few thousand of us, right? And I'm going to try and just layer that thought onto Hank that, no matter what, we are still going to be okay if it tries to get weird on us, right? Like we've got the defense in numbers, tribalism kind of a thing going.
Okay.
And I succeeded in my role forever ago.
Yep.
And this music is totally inappropriate for this. There we go. And then and so now give me just a moment, okay? I need to go finish something really quick, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay, but we really got to hurry because
I know.
I left Jay there and
a few seconds.
Can't
A
leave
few
him.
seconds. All I need.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around the hall and then I'm gonna pause for a moment and then throw up.
Okay.
Because I can't let him see that. And I try to like throw up quietly because I'm like 15 feet away from him. Just doing the exercises. It's like, okay, go back. All right, sorry. Really had to go. Where's he at?
All right. So now, Hank, go ahead and give me that mental save.
Okay.
So it's not that bad. Basically, I'm giving him bonuses for your lead. You are still shaken up, but you are able to compose yourself.
Okay. So basically, I'm locking it down, but we need to get back in.
You are still.
We have to save Dr. Reddy.
We have to. You're right. He's one of us. Keeping that kind of narrative going there. He's one of us.
If you can distract it, I might be able to get Dr. Reddy out, and maybe if it makes any sudden moves, I can just shoot it.
Okay. Now remember, we're still on good terms with these people, so the people might freak out a little bit. So hold back a little bit on the gun, okay? I'll be up there up front. You know I'm good in melee, right? So.
Okay, but just these sudden movements, I'm gonna have to put it down.
I understand. So we head back.
All right, you're headed back. So I'm going to go back to Jay here.
Okay.
He's having tea.
He's literally just like, this is great.
So you are trying to basically work up a trade with the healer.
So yeah. Well, first, before I start the trade, I kind of want to see what she actually has, because if it's just a bunch of honey tea, then
corner the market.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm on the lookout for stuff that, they may not know is actually valuable. Like, this particular thing is, we got a bunch of mold here. We don't know what to do with this. Ha, ha, ha. That kind of stuff. And it's, penicillin.
Right. She has a lot of herbs that you recognize. I wish I could think of some off the top of my head, but I'm drawing a blank.
King's foot.
Lavender and lamb's ear and aloe, yeah, certainly. Tarragon, sure.
Garlic for vampires.
Sure, okay, I'm good with that.
It's a blood thinner, actually. So
it's true. But yeah, I mean, she has a fairly extensive collection of different herbs that are good for different. They're good for different remedies of like naturopathic remedies. She also has. Actually, give me a. Go ahead and give me a talk roll.
Ooh, I'm really good at these.
And charisma. Oh yeah. Wow.
Oh,
Nicely done.
She also has a cabinet that she keeps locked, but in going through her inventory, she does open it up, and she is going to mention that she has some stems, some different kinds of. She has several stems of different varieties.
Now, if I recall correctly, the stems that we saw before were somewhat contaminated. Is that correct?
Aside from the ones that we have.
Right.
No, the stems themselves have all just been standard.
Okay.
There have been some rations that were contaminated.
Okay. That was what it was. Okay. I'll make a special note of the stems especially, but the other stuff that looks like it could potentially help out in a pinch. Some of the herbs and whatnot, although they're herbs, but I'll offer to trade some actual medical treatment and talk up some, this big tuberculosis thing that, they could outbreak and all that sort of stuff. And essentially, try and let them know how, obviously I haven't done a professional diagnosis on her, so I don't know, but, tell them that it needs to be nipped in the bud right now, and I can do it in exchange for those items.
What I'm going to do here is basically a contested heal check.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll yours.
Okay. Ooh,
Wow.
it's max result.
Okay. She is thoroughly impressed with your medical knowledge. You are discussing the tuberculosis, or what exactly are you discussing with that medical role?
I'm essentially going through the actual, and trying to put it into layman's terms, of going through the actual process of it. Basically recounting the, what's happening now, or what's happened in the past few decades, rather, regarding tuberculosis, and really how bad it can get, and that they need to nip it down because
Okay.
it could wipe out the entire community.
Okay, so essentially you are trying to make your case to use one of the stems on what's her name? Indrani, to heal the tuberculosis as opposed to let it run its course.
Yes.
Okay. Well, she is thoroughly convinced that that is the right choice. She has been wrong for many months, and she feels terrible about making Arnita suffer, or not Arnita, Indrani suffer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not likely to get better.
In fact, what she's going to do is she's going to turn to Cord and say, hand me one of those stems and lock up the cabinet. I'll be back. And she is going to stride out of the house and head towards the town hall.
Okay. So I'm here with Cord now.
Yes.
So now we need to delve into this fascinating specimen. I start asking all sorts of questions about him, both, like, how does that work? Like, I notice you're very strong. How much can you lift, et cetera, et cetera. I'm trying to get like a physical evaluation of him and how he actually functions.
Okay.
Because Jay is like fascinated to see if this actually made some improvement over the natural human form.
Mongo only pawn in Game of Life.
Oh no, it's a failure. Are we going to Blazing Saddles this town? Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Hey, where are the cat women at?
He's basically going to respond to your questions very simplistically. You can tell he's not a simpleton. He's not mentally deficient. He's just not talkative.
Does it seem like kind of a case where his natural abilities were strength, so they just set him to doing that 24/7, and he got no education because of that kind of?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Basically, what it comes down to is Arnita noticed that he was he had an aptitude for the healing, and took him under her wing, and has basically, against his father's wishes, he is taken on this role of becoming the apprentice to the healer, but it has not made his family happy.
Are his family horse people?
His entire family is like him.
I asked him if maybe.
Yes, we named it after you, Cord.
I know what I should do. I tell him that I would love to meet him and the rest of his family and discuss his burgeoning medical career with them. Perhaps being more experienced, I can offer some further training for them and convince them that this is. Does he like the path he's on? That's the question. Does he like being a medical student?
I much prefer helping Arnita to plowing the fields and the brute labor of my family.
Yeah, manual labor can be just such a drag after all those years. It must feel good. So how about we go and, because I see the spark of brilliance in you, we should get together with your family, maybe over dinner or something, and I can explain how maybe I can accelerate that. You could become quite a proficient medical practitioner. You'll certainly be very good at holding people in place while bones are set. Yeah, I think you could even surpass Arnita.
Out of curiosity, am I here yet for any of this? I just want to know if I'm laughing in character or out. Because it's one of the two.
So I was going to say, as you're approaching, you see a heavy-set woman who is walking with a purpose past you. Hank will obviously recognize the healer. You have not met her before.
Yeah.
If there's any interaction in that, then no, you wouldn't be there yet.
Okay. I'll go ahead and say I'm not. I'm laughing out of character. I don't want to interrupt your date.
Is Hank going to say anything as you guys are walking past?
That's a good question.
Because now you know that Jay is probably in the house alone with the mutants.
So the question I need to check is, would I need to roll a perform check to see whether or not I use the right name? Because I would like immediately, is Jay still okay? And if I say that and he hasn't introduced himself as Dr. Wilhelm, am I gonna mess up the whole, like, if I'm gonna blow his cover by using the wrong name, or do I need to check that?
Well, so you could do a no roll.
Okay.
Every time I hear that, I think N-O.
I know.
Roll nope.
Nope.
And it's intelligence or wisdom.
This is going to be actually. This is going to be wisdom.
Okay.
Okay. So you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that he introduced himself to the healer as Jay.
Okay.
Because he lacks any subtlety whatsoever.
Yeah.
Subterfuge, what's that?
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm from about 600 years ago. You want to talk geneticist?
Some splicing, yeah.
Yeah.
Do this.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
what did you think I meant?
Do I need to get in there and like rescue you? Is that where we're going with this?
So
yeah, as we're going, is Jay still okay? Is he fine?
oh,
Where is he?
he was sitting down to have tea with Cord when I left.
Okay. I have no frame of reference of what cord is, but
Yeah.
sitting down to tea, I don't know if that's code for he's being eaten.
No, it's
No.
okay. It's okay. He's just having tea.
So I look at her and kind of slightly look back and then just kind of keep going.
As we're going a little bit further, I kind of lean over and say, Jay?
Yeah, that's his name.
And I just give him like I'm just gonna give you a look of, duh, basically. Like, and that's it.
He introduced himself as Jay.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's on him, and if he's still alive, you can reprimand him for it.
Okay, I will be sure to do that, but first let's make sure he's alive. Now, remember.
All right, I want to bust in the door, action style, pointing in multiple directions with the gun.
Now, I gotta decide how much I want to back you up on that. I've got it. Okay. So do you bust? Go ahead and bust open.
Okay. Actually, is the door even closed?
The door is closed, but it's not locked.
Okay.
Of course, the question is, are you going to test to see if it's locked?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm gonna rush the door and basically try and open it, not like shoulder check it, but like open it like it's gonna be unlocked.
So you are assuming the door is. You are assuming the door is unlocked. So
yeah.
You are okay. I'm not going to make you roll anything on that. Tempted, but I'm not. So yeah. Actually, give me an exert roll.
Okay.
Dexterity. As you open the door and rush in, are you going to be able to? Okay. So you don't trip and fall over your own feet. I know. So you are now basically in the middle of the room, and you see Jay and Cord sitting at the table having tea.
I want to rush in pretty much immediately after him.
Okay.
Hi, Billy Mays here with the new door locker. This locker will lock this thing for 5 times. You will have no unwanted guests ever again. It's only $5.99.99.
And if you order now.
We'll throw in the ShamWow for free. $15 value.
And I just you'll get a bonus slap chop.
This is not a joke. I'm actually doing this, by the way.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, see, my character has already come to the conclusion that as freaked out as he is, because he is, he has to maintain some level of control over the situation. And at the moment, we're still at the place where everyone kind of thinks we're weirdos, and I don't want anyone to think we're actually violent. So my thought, now hear me out. My thought was I was going to wait until he busts in the door, peek in, see the situation, and as soon as I see they're actually sitting their tea, I need to diffuse it now, right?
Okay.
So I really do charge in here and make a joke out of it in character.
Okay. I love it. Because of the situation, though, I do want a mental save.
Okay.
Because Having this thing described to you.
God damn it!
No,
Come
no,
on.
you're fine. You're fine. It's close enough.
Okay.
Like I was saying, having this thing described to you as opposed to actually seeing it yourself, you are still you're just not prepared.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's close enough to your actual success that I'm giving you that success.
In character, I'm probably making an effort not to really make eye contact with it all that often.
So now give me your perform check.
Yeah, now I got it for the Billy Mays thing. Raise performed. Ugh, come on. Where are my dice? Wait, does this count as a diplomatic roll?
Well, and you rolled a 1.
Exactly, because I can re-roll ones.
Okay. Boy,
It's
that's
up to you.
reaching. Boy, that's reaching. I'll give it to you.
It's any skill related to negotiation or diplomacy is what it says in the book.
You are trying to diffuse the situation. It is diplomatic.
So that will turn that into a 4. So that's actually an 8.
Okay. So you stumble at first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Billy Mays Hayes here. No.
I had to think of the last name for a second.
Yeah.
And
Billy Horse Hayes here. There's just that moment of shock, but then it's like, recover.
Yep.
I've done this before. Just gotta get on my feet.
Billy Nays here. All right.
And so
yeah, that's what I do to diffuse the situation.
I sip my tea and look confused.
Of course, I can't expect the good doctor to pick up on the social cues I'm giving, so I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to, you know what? I'm just going to roll with it. I'm just going to roll with the spiel, and I'm going to like, and I'll just keep going with it for like however long it takes, as the thing, which I'm still trying to avoid direct eye contact with, is like, I don't know what it's reacting, and he, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's hard. It's actually hard for me to do the it thing since in real life I'm kind of, droids are people, but but
people aren't. Yeah.
There's this thing here. I'm trying to avoid eye contact with it. I'm gonna kind of be looking over at Hank and just kind of rolling with it. And I want to toss a word in there, and I can't remember what we came up with actually, but it's the everything's okay.
Okay, so not a ham sandwich.
Yeah, not ham sandwich. Not that one. Not to kill everything quickly.
It's the baloney.
Safe word is slap chop.
Yeah, slap chop. There you go. Slap chop is the everything's cool word from now on.
Okay.
All right.
And then I finish my spiel, and I'm going to look at Jay, waiting for him to react to this.
I look over at the medicine cabinet real quick to make sure there aren't any narcotics in there that may be locally grown, and then I look back and I have no idea what just happened.
Well, we were just demonstrating how bad your local locks are, and I get back into the spiel just a little bit, just for like a minute to kind of emphasize my point there.
Yeah, this cord, by the way, I think you just broke his lock.
Well, that's what. Oh my gosh, did we really? This is just supposed to be a demonstration. Jeffrey, gosh, how could you? I'm shaking my head. You know the whole point is to try and sell them on the thing, not force them to buy it, right? Come on, man.
Huh?
Cord is going to get up and go and inspect the door. Seeing that it's not actually broken, he's going to visibly relax as opposed to being afraid that he's going to have to fix it.
Yeah.
That would have been a job for the wood masons.
We didn't. Yep, they always need work at this time of the year. Oh my god. So having successfully diffused the situation.
So are you okay? Did you drink anything? Did they give you anything? Did they hurt you?
Yes, I've been drinking this tea.
Chamomile.
It smells lovely.
Gotta admit, it's not what I'm used to. But
oh god. Okay.
Got a bit of honey and mint in it.
Guido, would you call a vomit save physical or mental?
It would depend on the situation. What
Nasha, I
good
should say.
question.
Nasha. The idea is, I realize in character that I have to start interacting with Cord over there, but I don't want to because he's gross. So I want to save for that, for not being nauseated in his presence.
A mental gag reflex.
Yeah, basically.
Just roll really low on notice so you don't even look at him. And we good.
Well, I need to actually talk with him because I'm trying to talk around this interesting situation we found ourselves in.
So, holding back the gag reflex, it'll be a physical save.
Okay.
Good.
Oh,
God,
wow.
I was just like, come
You,
on.
you swallow
okay.
it. You're good.
Okay, so I'm all over, and I managed to make eye contact, and there's just that moment where it's just, but I hold it back.
Yep.
I made the save, but I'm actually queasy looking at this thing,
Ooh.
and so I just kind of immediately like mentally replace it with someone else, right? Just bam. There we go.
Just
That's,
imagine them in your underwear. That's what I normally do.
Nope.
why you do that all the time? That doesn't help.
That's a public speech tip. It's great.
So it's a terrible tip. No, never do that, guys at home.
It's no. You mentally replace it with your ex.
There you go. There you go.
My secret is.
Oh no, sorry.
Wow. Okay. Straight to it, huh?
No, it's okay.
Straight to the meetings.
She's a Klingon. It's all right.
Roll a mental save to.
Oh God.
No.
Okay. No. Okay. So having done this little mental gymnastic thing here and not actually thrown up at the sight of it, and I'm like, okay, so I go over and I basically start saying, so I'm terribly sorry about the damage there. Normally when we do this kind of demonstration, we'd want to make sure that everyone knows that it's just a demonstration. This isn't some kind of robbery or attack or anything like that. We're just trying to sell better locks. I'm a merchant, by the way. Hi, and I go to reach for the ankle, the
wrist
thing. Then I reach for the ankle. Then I reach for the wrist. No, I go to reach. I go to reach for the wrist.
Sleep away.
And there's another moment of, but I think the 17 gives me one more hold down. So it's hey, yeah, my name's Michael. I'm from one of the towns that you gave me the name of that in character that I don't know out of character. I'm from Bobville, and I'm a merchant plying my trade here, and we're trying to get people interested in this. And we do things a little different up north, but I hope we haven't frightened you or nothing.
So when you go to shake his hand or
Wrist, I do it properly. I swear.
His hand is going to encircle your entire arm.
Okay.
And have room, like his fingers are going to overlap into the palm.
I'm just gonna keep a big old grin, like. Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. Super gross. Yeah, no, I am wigged out. I'm wigged out. I'm super racist against mutants. Or speciesist, I guess. I don't know what that would be at that point. Anyway, either way. So yeah, okay. What is his reaction to my total BS? I am BSing as hard as I'm capable here.
And while he's doing that, can I roll connect to see if I'm catching on to he's trying to defuse the situation and he's down on my
Please let him roll that
before I empty clip into the room.
I think it'd be a notice more than
or would
I
it
thought
be a
connect
notice?
was more like connect, like networking.
Yeah.
That's what I thought connect was for.
Oh man, I totally have to get 4 points in connect.
Why?
So I would say either a notice or a talk roll.
Take your pick.
I would say since I'm not talking, I would go with notice.
I would probably too. I was just going to give you the option to understand what he's talking.
Oh, right, yeah.
But notice would be more appropriate. So,
okay. No, Cord, you're very receptive to what I'm selling right now. Ooh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. So you understand exactly what Jonathan's doing at this point.
Okay. So I'm gonna lower the gun down. I'm not quite ready to put it away, but like
Yeah, no longer threatening posture, I imagine.
Yeah.
I'm also going to give you this.
Uh-oh.
You noticed when he choked earlier.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
saw that reaction.
Mhm.
So you are aware that while he is diffusing the situation, he is uncomfortable.
Okay.
So,
I mean, he's gross. What do you want from me?
So I'm not putting the gun away.
He's got this weird, creepy arm thing going on. That's just not right.
as for his reaction to the diffusing of the situation,
Yeah.
he's thoroughly confused.
Perfect. The perfect state for any con artist to have their target.
Yep.
Oh. Ooh. I will profusely as he's correct. Before he even has a chance, right? I'm going to be like, I am so sorry about all the interruptions, sir. Is there anything I can do to make it up for you? Meal on me, something like that. I'm terribly sorry. Please let me make it up to you. I don't have a lot on me. I just came into town, and let me tell you guys, you guys don't give the kind of wages I'm used to up north in Bobville, but at the same time, it's worth it for all the grains I get around here. And your pies, oh my God, the bakery. And I just kind of ramble for a little bit here.
Actually, at the mention of pie,
Mhm.
he will perk up. If it's not too much trouble.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Tell you what, sir, let me look at my inventory here. Let's see here.
Scroll.
Scroll. Yep.
Scroll.
Okay, I do in fact have, so I'm going to go ahead and give him one of my snake
Snake
things.
steaks. Okay.
Wait, no, that's not the pie, is it? That's not the pie.
Yeah.
I only have one pie. Damn.
Yeah. So you ate the meat pie.
Yeah. I could
He's
get more.
saying get a pie from the baker.
I mean, I'd be totally down for that if you want to kind of walk with us. We could meet and greet kind of a thing. I noticed you're having a riveting conversation with my friend. Hesitation for just a second. Jay over there.
I raise the tea glass.
Heyo.
It's just a moment, like a half a second. I know you were with the Jay over there. Because I was about to say Wilhelm.
No, I need to stay until Arnita gets back in case there's anyone who needs healing.
Oh, I completely understand. Work is work. Mr. J, though, we could use your presence if you don't mind. Get your ass out of that chair and come here. Let's go.
Well, I guess we'll talk later, Cord. I really look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for the valuable information too. All right, and I'll leave the tea as it is, and yeah, give him a little. Well, I saw that whole arm shake. I'll just give him a little bow and
you don't want to do the whole arm shake thing
and leave with the rest of us.
Okay.
And I'll be backing out of the Thomas, like keeping an eye on him.
I'll like kind of lean in for a second as Hank is backing out and be like, remember, new locks, just saying. Billy Mays.
You didn't.
Yeah, I pity the person who comes into this place with Cord in here. It's like, I have defeated your lock. Okay. Let me give you a handshake.
So yeah, we did it. We successfully rescued him. I'm gonna let you take the lead on that, Hank, because I imagine
All right. As we get done, I'll say, so, all right, so what's incredibly important?
What was that?
Oh, another mutation, although that one was slightly different than the other one we experienced.
Yeah, just a smidge off center. Yeah.
It's fascinating because it seems to have combined multiple elements rather than just two. and it doesn't actually seem to have affected the brain development either.
Okay. Was it going to eat you?
I didn't ask about its dietary needs, but I'm going to guess probably would not enjoy it.
How did you get it to sit down to tea?
Well, actually, he asks.
Okay.
That was very difficult. I'm sure.
I'm just going to say this for Cord here. As you guys are leaving, he's going to follow you to the door and smile and wave as he closes the door behind you.
All right. Well, Jay's not like the "hey, bye" waving type, so
Have fun storming the castle.
he kind of has no idea what to do and just leaves.
Yeah.
Like going over to that overly friendly family who just follows you all the way down the road
Whoa.
to see you off.
Negative.
And they're like, okay, bye.
Please stop following us. Please.
Let's go faster.
Yeah.
Let's try faster.
But yeah, I mean it's Cord. And, get this. Apparently, the rest of his family is like that as well.
There's more of them?
Ah, yes. Be interesting to see how he's changed based on the previous generation. It'd be great to see how fast this is developing. I'm assuming it's very fast.
So you would consider this a condition that is spreading?
I don't know the origin yet, but based on the proliferation and the number of years we've been out of it, it could potentially be something that has spread. Maybe some sort of virus. I doubt it's bacterial. I don't know. There's no telling how things have interacted since they've been gone that would cause this.
Okay. Well,
I wish I had some of my equipment.
As a geneticist and doctor, what would be your best idea of how to put it down?
Put it down?
Yeah.
Especially
if there's multiple of them.
Oh, well,
especially
if you're
it's
just
spreading.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't think that they actually have any are the ones causing it to spread. It's not like, killing a plant that's emitting spores or anything. Otherwise, you would have seen a lot more people affected. Unless there's just particular... I don't know that yet. If you're asking about how to actually put down the creature, I mean, it's a creature like anything else.
But did you observe any weak points?
Any weak points? Oh, on the contrary, no. He has fewer weak points than your standard human.
Really?
Yes.
That's good to know. I lean over to Hank. We may need to put down Jay.
But no, I mean, if I had to guess, I would say that there was some external influence into this years and years ago, and that's why they are like that. I mean, there's really no other way I can think of that they would transform so perfectly in such a short amount of time.
Okay. Well, I don't think a few well-placed laser shots or blunt instruments are going to put something like that down as easily as it did the Shamblers.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't dissected a creature like that, so I really couldn't tell you a whole lot.
I immediately jump in. We could.
We can work on that.
Only if we find a dead one, of course.
We might.
Okay.
Might.
Saying.
That could happen.
I mean,
very
good.
well.
You want that to happen? We could work on that. That could be our next goal.
Our next goal?
Short-term goal. Make dead.
So he's totally not picking up on this. I don't think it would really be a worthy goal to just go around and try and randomly find or wait around for one of them to die.
We don't need to. But we can
speed up the process.
At about this point is when Matthias or Jonathan, or whatever the hell I'm going by at the moment, is going to be like, oh, okay. Why don't I tell you what I found out? So I will then share my revelations from my meeting with the mayor.
Okay.
In full. I'm not holding anything back.
So the lead political figure is an uptight jerk.
Who is also apparently, at least based on my read on her, either unaware of or uncaring of an issue that's growing within her own populace.
Based on the other people I've seen, more than likely ignorant.
Yeah, it's kind of the impression I'm getting too. I get the feeling
Who's
she's
really making the calls here if the ones at the temple know about this and they're not happy.
Exactly. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Sorry, I don't mean to get political. This wouldn't be the first time a religious center was actually the source of political power in an area. So,
and also
it does sound to me, though, like she is incompetent. And I'm going to say, I want to say all this in character because I want to get across the full amount of disdain I have for this woman. It sounds like she is incompetent, inconsequential. It sounds like she probably has a couple, maybe 3 brain cells somewhere in her skull, but I'm not sure if they've ever interacted with each other. She is a pretty face who smile, and I'm just, I can't do it in real life because it's hard for me to sound this disgusted on command. It just, this is a woman who has no idea of how to deal with anything. She is distrustful. She's very anti-outsider. She is someone who is probably in charge because someone put her there to get rid of her.
Jay actually seems like he does not like you mentioning that. Like that's a look of personal thing for him.
But why?
He says I'm very aware of that sort of stuff. Yes.
No, I'm not. I don't know if she's a nice person or not. I have no idea. I'm an outsider, so she wasn't willing to talk to me, the level at which I could determine anything about her personality. But her competency is something I could speak extensively about. This leaves us with a dilemma. What do we do about this?
Well, you mentioned they're going to be having a town meeting.
Yep. Which we're probably not invited to.
No, but we can still go back to the temple and go ahead and follow up with...
Give them weapons. Oh my God, that's a great
follow up with there was a term that was used, the master, the Sifu, the individual who's
Captain.
No. The person, the highest ranking priest at the tower.
Oh, abbot.
Abbot. Okay. No, not the church, the temple.
Yes. Abbot.
Okay, it's still Abbot
Williamson is.
We keep asking about that because it wasn't an abbot last time.
So actually,
it was something else.
Okay, there's 2 church. There's 2 religious organizations.
Right.
The not shrine. The temple, American Sangha Temple, is led by Abbot Williamson.
Okay, and then the church
is led by
I forget her name.
The pastor, Lucretia Bright.
Okay. So maybe we want to go back to the abbot and share what we found, that the mayor seemed to not know anything about the deal with the warlord, and so it begs the question, who's actually in charge? And they should know that information if they know anything about the warlord aspect.
Yeah, no kidding. I tend to agree with that. And then, of course, we can't forget that we have to arrange another play date with the hesitation.
The hunter.
Yes.
Hunt mistress.
The hunt mistress. That was it.
That's for tomorrow.
Yeah. How late is it, Guido, in character?
It's probably like evening, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, we've actually done a decent amount of stuff today.
Yeah, at this point, it is approaching early evening. No.
Sorry, music.
So I had said that there were people sitting down to a meal in the healer's house. That was actually dinner. So yes.
Makes sense.
Okay.
For those of you who can't hear the music, which is you 3, it's the Tristram music from Diablo 2.
Oh, perfect.
Which is why I chuckled there for a second.
Sit a while.
Yeah, it's time to enter the gates of hell. Yeah. Need to figure out where they're going to sleep, guys. We don't have a place. So I'm thinking we have a couple options. 3 options, I should say. We could leave town and camp. We can try to barter, even though we have nothing to barter with, or we can sneak into some place, kill whoever's there, and just sleep. That's our house now.
Okay. So if we did option 3, what kind of house are we looking for here?
That's a good point. I've been kind of keeping an eye out as we've been going around for different houses, and I mean, we don't have to kill them. We could just knock them out too. I mean, they're sleeping anyways, right? We just need a place to sleep for tonight.
So have them sleep again. Okay.
I bet Cord would probably allow us.
Anyways, as another option,
no.
why don't we go ahead? Why don't we?
Cord seems super nice. You can just
hang on. We could go to the church, see if they offer, sanctuary. But that's not really sanctuary. But the idea of hey, take a rest.
Yes, that is true. Many religious places offer shelter as long as you don't insult their religion.
And I'm pretty sure we haven't, right?
Yeah.
I haven't known
You haven't. Oh God! So we've insulted. So you have to go stay at a Cord's place. You go and stay at Cord's place. We'll go to the nice, safe, comfortable place that's not horrible. Wait a minute. You can't stay at Cord's place.
Why not?
You might get infected, dude.
Ooh.
Bonus question for viewers. Am I referring to tuberculosis or the mutant plague?
Yeah. Well, no, I think the tuberculosis is going to be taken care of. I mean, there's still a chance of transmission, but I mean, honestly, the chances I get tuberculosis are much higher than. I don't even know anything about if it's contagious, which I don't think it is. Generally, it doesn't work like that. Now, I mean, if there's like some sort of virus and I directly got a blood sample, then injected into someone, then maybe it's a different story. Actually, does anyone have any open wounds? Just curious.
No.
Okay, I keep those covered. If you had any.
Like you do, if you did.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. I think it'd be better wherever we go. We all stay together. Otherwise,
to the temple or church. Wait, actually, that's a good question. Do we want to go to the temple or the church?
I think we should go to the temple because we would want to go there anyway.
I'm kind of leaning that way too. Yeah, and plus we also got on pretty well. At least I did.
Yeah.
With people at the temple.
Yeah.
Oh crap. So for my viewers at home, and I'm sure Guido's already thought of this too. I met 2 cat people at the temple, which I haven't told him about.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I know what lie I'm going to go with here. I'm not a good liar in real life, so I got to actually think about this.
So
I've got to come up with something.
So you didn't tell Jay, and you didn't tell Hank either.
That's true. I didn't tell anyone about the cat people.
Yeah.
I just left that at the door. I was just like, "Yep, people." I talked about the abbot. I talked about the tribute.
Yeah, Jay doesn't. He's expecting to see people in robes and beads and stuff. That's about it.
Let's go to the temple. That's a good idea. They were pretty friendly there.
Good. Did you tell them you were Billy Mays? Is that how it worked?
Yes. My new name is Billy Mays.
Okay.
No, that's not true. The only one who knows me is Billy Mays. In fact, I would have probably gone ahead and used Michael because I've been using that.
Can't we use our actual?
Why?
Because nobody knows us.
And we'd like to keep it that way. Imagine if something
dead for hundreds upon hundreds of years.
Hank, hear me out, okay? You go by Hank. You sell yourself to Hank. Something goes wrong here. We get run out of town. Word spreads about Hank. You get me?
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. Never use your real name on first contact, especially in an unknown.
Is that part of the Prime Directive?
Yes. It's the Prime Yakuza Directive.
It's a weird policy to have. Normally that just means that invalidates the contracts.
So we go to the temple. Do we get lodging for the night? That's actually a good question. Let's establish that. Do we negotiate? I walk up. I want a place to see it. I mean, sleep, whatever. And then I roll this, and I got a 9.
Hi, Billy Mays here to sleep in your temple.
And just right now, with no extra cost, I got 2 more people to sleep.
Bonus.
with me.
Wait,
We've got balls of yarn. We've got chaseful mice. We've got catnip. What can we do to get in there?
Oh my god.
laser pointers. We got them.
Keep you up all night. Wham, wham, just like that.
So how is our adventure go, Guido?
So
how do you think the adventure's going? Solid B plus.
the first thing that I'm going to do is tell you this. As you are approaching the temple, you see the abbot shaking hands with a larger, older, graying version of Cord.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Named
Borg.
No. Named Peter.
Okay.
You don't know that because you're not close enough. But
Yeah. But I turned Jeffrey. Hang on. Let me hand you a save state icon real quick. Shoot him! Shoot him now! Shoot him!
Yeah.
Shoot him!
Yeah, clearly they are. It is the work of the devil.
Nice. That's awful.
I'm suddenly reminded of Church Lady from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Satan?
Crap. Hang on. So, really quick, I'm gonna do a physical save. I make it.
Oh yeah.
But there's that jolt. I immediately turn to Hank in terror. Because I know how badly this could go very quickly.
Say, do I need to do a mental save?
Well, so are you going to continue to approach, or are you going to seek shelter elsewhere?
Dead. I stopped dead in my tracks.
Well, we
Jake
stopped.
kept going up and is now talking with him. He's like, hey, I was talking to Cord over there. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I totally hauled.
Yeah, okay. Jay?
I tap whoever's to the right of me and say, I bet that's part of Cord's family. This might be an interesting temple to stay.
I start backing up.
I'm not going to disturb them if they're talking. I've kind of gotten
Jesus Christ.
my new creatures fix for today. Wait, am I supposed to be talking to one of those people? Are they important? Wait, maybe the big horseman runs the temple.
No, I'll jump in at that point. No, it's the gentleman he's talking to.
Oh, so that's who we need to talk to. Okay, I guess I will go up there.
Yeah, we could you arrange sleep for us tonight away from that?
Yeah, I can arrange sleep in the temple.
Thanks, Wilhelm. Jay.
Hello there, Mr. Abbott.
I'm going to lean over really quick to Hank and whisper, pull it out, but keep your hand on your gun.
Already there.
Hello there.
Okay, so you are going to approach. So the large, I'm just going to say mutant, takes his leave and walks away from the abbot. The abbot is basically what you would expect a Buddhist monk to look like, except a Caucasian. He's wearing the Buddhist robes, shaved bald. So he will turn to you as you approach, and the other gentleman is leaving. Can I help you?
Hang on. Real quick, Guido.
Yeah.
Just for the blocking of the scene. So they were up here, right? We're down here, and we've just come in the door. And so the thing is, not Jeffrey, whatever his name is. Peter is leaving, right? I like to think that what happens is,
yeah,
yep. as it's going
circle
out
tactically.
Yeah, exactly. We just kind of we just keep our back to it. Like,
yeah, okay,
sure.
Take care, man.
Anyways, for the sake of the scene.
You approach the abbot. How can I help you this evening?
Hello, sir. I'm Wilhelm. I look over and give a wink
Oh,
and
man.
I will audibly groan.
and they, me and my 2 other friends are travelers in this town. I think you've met one of them, but we were wondering if we happen to have a place for visitors to stay, either in the temple or someplace you may know of. We unfortunately have nothing to trade but services at the moment, although we're working on that. I hopefully be hospitable to us tonight.
So he's going to look at you strangely as he notices the wink. If you are willing to help out with some manual labor around the village, we can certainly make arrangements for setting you up with somewhere to stay tonight.
Jay seems like he's actually thinking about that. He says, "Of course.
Why not?
I'm not as strong as the gentleman there, or I'm assuming Cord is part of his family. Is that right?"
Oh yes, Cord would be Peter's son, or one of Peter's sons.
One of his sons. Good. Yes, of course, we'd be willing to help you out in exchange for bedding for the night. Right?
There's, it's just,
Yes, he's a traveling merchant.
that is the story. I'm just waiting for an NPC to ask why I'm broke. I've been thinking about that out of character for a while now. I am dirt broke, and my big cover story is that I'm a merchant.
Yeah, I've been waiting for an opportunity to throw that out there, but we haven't really.
Well, I mean, you know what they say about self-enterprising. Only like 1 in 1,000 or so is successful. And there's
Right.
999 right there. It's the
Ouch.
breaks.
I got 999
That's the cover story.
problems,
Wink.
and being broke is one of them.
Yes. Hey, when all you've got are snake steaks, it can be rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, by the way, tell me a little more about the temple here.
So the temple was originally built back before the cataclysm, and we have maintained it throughout the years.
I see. Well, this is going to be a fascinating place.
Now, unfortunately, we don't have any beds for you to stay on in the temple. If you do want some
Oh.
beds, there is a guest house at the north end of town.
Oh, and you could see that we're lodged there?
We can.
Oh, that would be great.
Okay.
Do manual labor. That's actually kind of a thing that's bothering me. Like, I don't mind doing my part, but what do other people do, right?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that it's just, nothing bad, right? I mean, we're not going to be like pulling plows like a colt or a cord, right?
That's a good question. That should probably be hammered out before we accept this bargain.
Everyone contributes to the betterment of the town, whether that is physical labor or overseeing trade or what have you.
Well, we're scheduled to help out the hunt mistress tomorrow morning.
That's true, we are.
We are. Yeah. Oh, yes. And also, that was the greatest non-answer I've ever heard today,
I've heard that.
sir. So okay. Oh, okay. That is what we were doing in the morning. Yes. Okay. Well, you know what?
Well, then the guest house is exactly where you want to be staying because it is right across from the hunt mistress's house.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. That works.
Wait. Now you're excited about this?
I'm assuming that,
He still doesn't
Or did-
realize that the hunt mistress was a cat person.
yeah, because I failed.
Oh.
Yeah. You never
So right
actually-
now I'm like anything that keeps us away from Cord and
Gotcha.
Cord's dad at the temple.
Yep.
I'm on board with.
All right. I guess I Guess we got a shake on this, right?
What we'll want to do is stop by the tavern to pick up the key
Mhm.
for the guest house, and we can walk up there.
Okay. I guess you don't get guests a whole lot, do you?
Most of our guests are traveling merchants that need to stay a night or two in their travel.
What do you normally ask of them for staying? Just the physical labor? Or do they normally give you something else?
Well, by the very nature of them being traders, they are providing a service of trading with the town.
Okay. So hey,
As his line of
I check it for tuberculosis.
I coughed in Jay's face.
What was Hank saying?
I was saying, as his line of questioning gets worse and worse and closer to like devolving through the veil that we've kind of weaved here.
I stabbed Jay in the back.
Okay. Did not see that coming.
Just, look,
I did.
you're not giving me much to work with here. No, okay. Guido, can I ask you a really stupid favor? And you can feel free to say no.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to pretend I have currency, okay?
Okay.
Now the problem is, realistically, this is a retcon. That's why I'm saying you should do this, or rather, why I'm asking for this. Sorry, because there's no way in hell my character is going to be like, all right, hang on, guys, let me take a couple-day trip back to the ship, scavenge a couple of random pieces of tech, not even like real tech, just like bits of metal and glass, and then come back and be like, here, I'll give you 13 quatlus. To pretend
52 Yordborgs.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm going with quatlus. And points if you get the reference.
They ask for the Quatlu to Yondu currency transition.
So you are just trying to bluff.
Basically, yeah, no, this is pure lie. I just want to make it across the idea that I totally do have currency. The idea is to make it look like I'm not dirt poor and am a trader of some success. I have a cover story if you say no.
Well,
in fact, I also have another plan if you say no as well, but I thought I'd ask.
so the traders that they are accustomed to have wagons, basically.
I have Jay.
I knew we forgot something.
Well, no, that works because remember we were hit. We were hit by raiders. We
yes.
lost
True,
the
it's true. But
That's
because you have no goods to sell,
You could sell promises.
yeah. I have no goods to sell. It's been the biggest problem I've had this entire time. I have nothing to barter with, except for stabbing people.
In modern day, when has not having anything to actually sell stop people from selling stuff?
I'm not going to say anything about it.
I hate you so much right now.
Hey, we want to propose a new thing called Kickstarter.
Oh,
Oh
You
no!
want to kickstart your new mule plow?
no. No. God damn your soul, no. Guido, I want to sell these people on a concept called insurance.
It'd be a shame
Actually,
if something
that
happened to X.
might not actually be profitable in post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
They might
That's
jump on
true.
that.
That's true.
Rating protection, and once you know it,
I was actually going to say, ironically, in my line of work, I'm probably very used to gathering protection money from people.
True.
But no, you can just say no. It's okay. I will do that in the future for other towns.
But I mean, if you are going to try and bluff your way through having merchandise, that's going to be something that's a bit more extended.
Yeah,
Um,
and less successful.
well, probably.
Let's just be honest about it. Apparently, I'm not doing it. I want to make that clear, but I just want to see what the role would have been.
Okay.
So probably not a success, I would say, for that outrageous of a bluff.
Yeah, you would probably need. I'd say probably a 10.
Yeah, I'd
So-
agree on that.
It was a good attempt, but yeah.
Yeah, I've totally got all the good. They're all back. They're it's him. He's my goods. You want to buy him? I don't.
My
I
other
supply-
wagon's TARDIS.
Right.
Yes, exactly. You understand? You know, it's a busy man. No, anyways.
Okay.
Uh,
So yeah, if you're okay with making an agreement to do some kind of, I'll say, labor, what that entails is kind of irrelevant.
Uh-oh. I think we lost Guido. I don't hear him. And he is super frozen. Yeah, I think we actually lost Guido. Holy crap. We killed him. That's guys, I've lost GMs before, but damn. He blue screened. Oh no, I hope he kept the recording.
I wonder if we
There
can do
we
a
go.
whole Yojimbo thing where we play the town constables against the people trying to exploit them.
I like it. Let's do it. We could just kill him.
Oh, that's for the third act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's the
first
big-
we
big shootout
manipulate.
at the end.
We get them in all into one big room, and they start
Mhm.
shooting each other, and then we just pull
Right.
out our guns and just start firing into anything that's in there.
Right.
Sounds good.
It's much safer for the townspeople.
That is. We will sell tickets too.
Yeah, Guido, do you have one of those memes where Ice-T's telling you about what the newest thing is?
Oh.
Yeah, the coroner's calling it this.
Give me a second. I'll find one.
Okay.
Turns out that joint was laced with Quaaludes and vinegar. Street name is Benzo Hammer.
Okay. Very confused by this.
Medical examiner says he was whacked out on some new drug called Sicilian marshmallows. Found him naked in the ER yelling, "The cowboy boots made me do it." It's a new tropic from the darknet called Crystal Blowout. Dude was in the middle of delivering a quarterly earnings report. Suddenly he was announcing that his sex robot Gertrude is running for mayor. It's a Twitter account. It's Ice-T SVU.
Okay.
Wow.
And it just does these random combinations of things. And
Of new street drug names and the effect that it has on said individual.
Wow.